Previously on Milantoon Channel 10th Anniversary Q&A Spectacular.
A bunch of things happened.
I answered questions. We had other people here. I ate boiled peanuts. There's a conductor man. We answered more questions. And now
Khan is still smoking the biggest godlike blunt that has ever been
we're
smoked.
here to do more. So,
I didn't know we were in Banjo-Kazooie.
So we're here to begin yet again your funny questions you answer to Julie. And do so with the utmost grace that the world has ever seen. Oh my god.
Which one I am? I'm sorry.
Whenever you feel
One second. And that was my kazoo.
Yay!
Clapping noises.
So yes, we are back and at it again. And we're here with most of the crew. We got one person missing. We got a good friend, Lockie, over here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Lockie. I'm the creator of, what was that show called? I forgot the name of my own show! Oh, that's okay. Can we do another take of that?
I'm afraid we're live, boy. We can't do so.
We're live, Lockie. No retakes.
I thought that said live!
I mean, we all want to live at some point.
Kill.
Wait,
live.
If we are going to live at some point, then what am I now?
I thought it said the Milantoon channel
existing.
is live! Ah!
I'm something.
This is kind of very
For real though, I do Thomas's Random Railway Tales, Mr. Men parodies, Harvey Beaks the Lady Ears, Raccoons Abridged. What other stuff do I make? Or is that about it?
You've also made Conversations of Krotunia.
Ah, yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. We're also working on new Krotunia comics. I can't say anything else, otherwise Milan would whoop me, but they're pretty great.
Yeah, we got some fun stuff. Look forward to them. We've got a couple leftovers we're going to be releasing soon, but we got some cool ones planned for November. Next up, we got our good friend Steamodity.
Oh, hi. I'm back again, and right, hi. I do Chuggington and Thomas videos as we all like, it seems. And I'm doing a big video coming up soon, so stay tuned for that.
Woo! And then we also have our good friend Sacred from Levels of Hell.
Hey! Back again for more shenanigans.
And it's
Back again for more chaos.
Speaking of shenanigans, oh my god, we already got another super chat.
What?
Oh my god.
Ah,
Wait, what?
Already?
Tom Tank Productions has sent
What the?
$2 asking, could both Milan and Dragonair say, oh my god,
Wait, what is Ara Ara reference to? Unless that's a JoJo reference.
You don't. want to know that.
Oh.
I believe I don't know what that means.
actually,
I don't know
you what?
either,
Let me
man.
do it better.
The problem is, I know.
Well, the public, that was Caleb, by the way, Caleb Tivity. Oh,
Oh.
That's a good one.
but yes, I looked it up. I guess it means like, oh my, in
Yeah.
Japanese. So I guess.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, but I realized what kind of situation it might be used for.
Yeah, don't. If I find any of you kids doing stuff with
Nope.
this,
Nope.
Do not use it out of context, or I will come and find you.
I
Oh,
will
no.
deliver for the public though. Array. Anyways, it is time yet again to go back to the.
But you didn't do it right. Didn't say it right.
Just move on with the thing.
Yeah. So
Ara Ara.
we've been pushing through. We gotta stop distracting ourselves. So we are back again with the 10th anniversary Q&A spectacular. We're here to answer your questions that you guys sent us in June, and if you do donations like that, we will either do things for you on stream for the amusement of all, or answer your questions, because if we tried answering the questions we had in June and the questions there, we would be here for at least a week.
We'll be here until Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I mean, we don't have much time to spend, so we could do that.
So, anywho, we're gonna get things started with some stuff.
Actually, before we begin, I want to do a quick redux of my favorite Thomas character list from last time because I realized I blundered it up. So, favorite Thomas characters, redux, in no particular order: Jinty Pug, Arya Bird, Derek, Stepney, Oliver, Rusty, and Duncan. There, let's do this.
There we go. Yeah, so let's get started with our first question from Tom the Train Engine. Number 1, are you okay with people making headcanons for your OCs or shipping your OCs together? As long as you're not doing creepy things with them, I am totally okay. If you want to be, or like do it, or like, you know, if you're not doing stuff like Phoebe was in the Korean War. and she stole a piggy bank one time.
Wait, I think it was during the World War because
Yeah, oh no.
PP saying screw Germany, Ralph a German design.
Oh god. I'm remembering there's a new Victor Tanzig thing out apparently, and I'm
Oh
like,
no,
Germany and
Danzig
everyone who lives there.
dead.
I'm like,
I haven't seen it yet.
Get out of this house.
That's my.
Get out of this house.
I'm like, there's like a quote I gotta find from Entity. Oh, I can't find it separately, but I'm just thinking of like the edit and anything like the I ain't touching that.
I ain't touching that. I think I actually have it. Let me pull it up. Let me quickly pull it up.
Oh my god.
That's my problem
oh,
with Victor Tanzig.
before-
I know it's garbage, but I can't stop looking at it.
Before we
Yeah, it's
begin,
like it's like a car crash.
before
It's
we,
like a
can't
train
look
wreck,
away.
but you can't stop looking at it.
before we continue though, I have realized we've forgotten to mention our special guest for this stream.
Who, Milan?
Oops.
I don't know, it's some cool guy who's made some very fun crossover specials and stuff. You know, like
Wow.
I got it.
Thomas,
I got the sound. I got the sound
Eyes
effect.
like
emoji.
Thomas
I
and
ain't
Friends,
touching that.
like Thomas and Friends, the Roller Coaster the Musical, the Brave Engine, and some Looney Tunes mashups involving Lady and Diesel 10. Could it
Oh
be
my
that?
god.
Could it be that Italian?
Who is that guy?
Could
Oh
it be the
wait,
Italian
it's
stallion?
me. It's me, guys. Steam Attack.
It's
Can I
me.
have a who?
Steam Attack. I didn't know you were Italian.
Hooty hoo.
And
Can I have a whoop?
give it a
Whoop,
whoop in the
whoop.
chat, everybody.
Yeah, it's me, the mashup guy, the parody fella.
Perfect guest for our crossover adventure channel. But
Yes,
I-
and recently I joined the Milantoon channel crew with some special stuff that I want to bring to the channel.
Yeah.
Get ready, folks.
we can't spoil anything yet, but we got some fun stuff planned for November or December, depending when we can get it all set up first. So
So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
let me see. Bum. So, continuing with the questions from Tom the Train Engine, next question is, and this is a big one, I've been kind of waiting to answer. Since you are apparently in contact with some of the people that produce the Alpha Group Chuggington toy line, do you know when more of the toys will release? So, I'll be diving more into Chuggington stuff in a bit. The most I can say, though, is I have not talked to them for a little while. My last contact was back in June, for reasons you guys will find out in a little bit. Like, not like, there's not anything super serious, though, but it's like, from what I've learned, it's kind of like, it's been a weird situation kind of going on with Alpha. There's been some restructuring going on. I've been told they've had stuff ready to go for a while, and they actually had a whole spring wave lined up and planned. And I can see if I can find it really quick. There was stuff revealed at a toy thing called Dis Toys a while back. If I can quickly find it. They showed off a couple new items. This was back in May, I believe. So they are very clearly planning to get some new toys out. The most I can say, though, is that they're kind of... I think what the plan was, these were going to be spring. And then I believe a toy magazine mentioned these were going to be instead saved for the fall and winter. And now it's kind of like possibly spring 2023. It's a weird situation. I'm not super sure about. Let me see. Oh, Christian, welcome, Christian, which reminds me, I gotta get your music playing shortly, so we got some nice background music going on. But I will quickly pull up the picture of the stuff they showed off. I think most of the crew here have already seen kind of what they're doing, so...
Yeah, I have.
So, let me see.
What's gonna happen with the UK stuff, though?
If I'm gonna guess... What's likely going to happen is a lot of this stuff is going to be released in the UK first, because this was a UK event. This was all being shown off at. Like, you can kind of see in the chat, there's a Look Alive Rosa, an Action Chugger there. There's not a touch and go. There's a Pop and Transform Skipper Stew over there. And then there's also...
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
And then there's... Yeah, a lot of this is release stuff, but it's like the two Look Alives and then the Pop and Transform. And then there's a wagon, I believe, from the ice cream factory there. So that they...
Yep.
So they're pretty much they're all set to go with stuff. It's just kind of like waiting to see when they're gonna release stuff and how. So, but first, before I continue doing anything, I gotta get out SoundCloud so we can have some. We gotta have our good friend Christian's vibes going through.
Nice.
Christian talented musician.
Epic music.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Playlists. So let me see. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So now that we got that going, back to the question. So next up, last question from Tom the Train is, what is Audrey's favorite type of poetry? Haikus. Next up is Geo the Avatared Creature. I have 3 questions. 1. Where is your favorite location from Krotunia? That's a good question. I think everyone can kind of answer this one. I think one of my personal favorites has been a lot of the dockyard locations. Like, I love Brooklyn, Selgrub City Harbor, Selgrub Bay Harbor, and Gradinia Bay Dock. Like, the whole Gradinia Bay is actually one of my favorite sets, I think, with, like, how we have, like, the docks, and then we have, like, the town surrounding it, and then we have the station on the hills, and then the viaduct. So, but also I like a lot of the mountain sets that we've been doing recently, and like, but the seaside ones they've got my special place in my heart. So, anyone else want to add favorite locations from Krotunia?
For me, it's mainly been the harbor sets, mainly because they're the only sets I've mostly been working on.
Oh yeah, a lot of episodes have been there.
It doesn't show up very often. In fact, I think it's only showed up once, and even then, probably not in full. But Bob's Yard, the construction site, the construction company yard.
Oh yeah, we're actually gonna be hopefully going through that soon. Again, I've actually gotta start building Breakerton, the town near there. So.
Rickerton.
Yeah, I feel actually regarding the Bob's Yard set, I feel like it might be time to update the set because I did make a new sign to go out the front. I don't know if you ever added it in.
Oh yeah, I gotta check that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can speak.
Oh, you first.
My favorite location. Where was it in Brewster Ballast?
That was Kongtario.
Yeah, I like that. That was really cool.
Colterio.
That was another one of my personal favorites. I like doing like busy sets and like sets that kind of have towns next to them, like that are like you kind of get a feel like they're lived in and stuff, and not just like random train yard in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, those are always fun.
I think my favorite location is probably the Cliffstone Junction. I love how busy it is.
Oh, what the heck? Why am I hearing Chuggington?
Eh?
For some
What?
reason, it started playing Chuggington. It was like, oh,
What?
it was
Honk
the
your
wrong playlist.
horns.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Hmm.
There we go.
Play some Chuggington background music.
But anyways, continuing. I believe Sacred, you were next.
I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not really a locations kind of person. I mean, all the sets are like really freaking good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like to pick out one in particular is just like,
Ah, that's valid. It's like there's a lot of them we have in the show. But yeah, so let me see. Next up. Well, who is the best character you've ever made in Krotunia? That I can't really answer with one. There's a lot of them I really like. So
it's me, isn't it?
I'm indecisive with that one. Let me see. Next question. This one comes from the Roundhouse Productions. If you had to change one thing about Krotunia, what would it be and why? That's a tough one. I think part of it is like... I think for me, it's just kind of like... I wish I had more time to do more episodes and stuff, because like there's a lot of locations and characters I want to utilize. Like, with the refresh, we're gearing up for that, and we're kind of... Like, one of the big things is establishing more of the characters. We didn't get to explore too much with the 10-minute episodes. So, we're going to see a certain villain team. We're going to see certain characters of certain teams a bit more. We've got some locations that we're going to be exploring a bit. And some sites of Krotunia you've never seen before. So, that's... I guess that's the most I would personally change. So...
Yes.
So, should I move on to the next one?
Before you do, I'm just gonna ask this from someone anonymous. When are we gonna get Cannibal Jenkins to realize Krotunia?
I don't know who that is, so...
Wasn't he that guy on SpongeBob?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
When will Ryder and the Paw Patrol be in Krotunia?
No.
The scary...
Don't listen to the propaganda. It's all lies.
The scary thing is there's actually a... I think there's actually a chase... I think like the police dog, there's a chase.
Yeah,
I'm
there's a
gonna
ball
leave it
chase ordered by Sab64.
Guys, look, we could ask about characters to put in Krotunia all day, but at the end of the day, what's most important is when are the Aqua Teen Hunger Force going to appear in Krotunia?
Well, didn't you see in the Krotunia movie trailer from April that was totally real? And for some...
Oh yeah!
and for some...
Trains are cringe!
I can't wait for that to release.
Yeah, that's just like, I still get comments, people are like, oh man, this is totally coming out. I'm like, well, maybe not the way you're thinking.
It's just silly coming out.
Anyways.
It's only fake until enough people say they'll buy it, in which case support my crowdfunding campaign!
Next question. Will any of the narrow gauge engines get a role in your videos? Yes. Yes, Mr. The John Pierre 2007. They will be soon. Ben House.
Well, I sure hope they do.
Ben House 101 Productions. What's your favorite Thomas movie? That's easy. That's America's Sweetheart. That's America's Sweetheart. Misty Island Rescue.
Oh God.
Alan Rescue, here we go.
Here we go.
If I can drink enough, maybe it will be tolerable.
I'm kidding around. For my personal favorites, I think it would be Journey Beyond Sodor, Adventure Begins, and Lost Treasure are among my personal favorites.
Wow, you have a personality.
Yeah. Who? Anyone want to share theirs really quick?
What?
What's your favorite Thomas movie?
So I'm gonna be bland as fuck. I'm gonna be bland as heck and say The Adventure Begins.
That's not bland as hell.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
mine. I'm gonna say this, but I want you all to promise you won't judge.
I can promise stuff.
The no judge
Right,
zone.
it's a mix of.
No
right,
judge
this
zone.
is my favorite movie because of a mix of nostalgia and ironic enjoyment.
I think
Yeah.
I know
Magic
what it is.
Railroad. Magic
I know
Railroad.
it.
Who could have
Magic
seen
Railroad.
that coming?
Yeah, railroad.
I mean, if you remove all the human stuff, Magic Railroad could be a good movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of my answer as well. Like I was thinking like all the modern Thomas movies with the CG, and I was kind of like, meh, I'm kind of checked out of that. But then you said Magic Railroad, and I'm like, yeah, that one exists. It's because like I understand it has its problems, but I just can't hate it. I love it too much. I might be blinded by childhood nostalgia, but I just genuinely enjoy it.
I mean, you're speaking with someone who just bought the Magic Railroad Blu-ray, and I skipped all the human stuff and just watched the model railway stuff. So like I spent money on a Blu-ray just to see a third of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I do very much prefer the engine stuff, but I got a soft spot for the human stuff too. But I mostly prefer
I don't mind the humans.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, when I barely understand English, I was so confused about the human stuff. I was like, "Where's Thomas? Who is this guy?"
Well, I don't know who Thomas is. Yeah, so
My favorite is probably, don't judge, either King of the Railway or, being a bit bland here, but Lost Treasure.
I mean, those are good choices.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Actually. Very cinematic.
And
Yeah.
I believe the last one is Caleb.
I don't really have a favorite, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, moving on to the next question. From Ben House 101 Productions. I'm gonna make another character design for you. Okay. What engine from show do you want me to edit into a Roblox Thomas game? I mean, I guess anyone you want, I suppose. Next question comes from Splatter and Dodge Productions. First one. Most challenging character to make. Oh, there's a lot of ones that were a pain to make, I will admit. Let me see if I can find one of the ones that was the most difficult to put together. Because some of them are really simple to put together, and then some are an absolute nightmare to make. But you know what? I think one of the hardest to make was easily, if I can. Oh, do I have a promo of him somewhere? No, I hope I didn't. I swear. Oh, here he is. Russ. Russ is easily one of the most difficult that it took to get make. I gotta scale him down. I just realized. Oh man, his promo's so big. Yeah, this.
Hold on. I'll be back.
All good. Yeah, this guy was probably one of the most difficult to make because.
Oh my god, a railroad.
Because, you know, the Chuggington characters in general,
No!
they're very hard to produce because they're, you know, very streamlined. They're kind of like, they're not the simple, you know, like blocks and stuff. Like a lot, like blocks and cylinders, like most characters. But also, the reach stacker arm was a pain to figure out because it's like, it's not just like a simple, like usual kind of crane arm where it's just like straight up. It's curved. So I left Tony Pilot to do the rigging. I might actually see if I can figure out ways to re-rig them so we can be a bit smoother with, so we can like actually do certain things with like the arm. But it's.
I mean, to be fair, these characters are made by professional modelers, so I don't blame you if you have any difficulty to do this stuff all alone.
Well, also it's because they work in Maya, and I'm sitting here in SketchUp like, oh God, how am I gonna get this done? So yeah, Russ was one of the hardest to make. Let me see. Favorite Chuggington character? Who did we answer this one last time?
I think we did, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Huh.
So we can skip this one. Next one comes from Trainlandia. How do you make the
Trainlandia?
How do you make
Trainlandia, I smell lawsuit. I'm joking.
Let's not start lynch mobs, folks. We're not Mr. Enter. So Trainlandia asks, how many Railways of Krotunia episodes do you plan on making? A lot. If I more specific, I guess more like to give a more specific answer, as many as I can. And next, another question they ask is, how do you make the animated characters? With a computer, and sometimes we draw, and sometimes
And
a little bit of magic.
Sometimes we draw on the computer, and that's how I make the animated characters.
And don't forget to deal with the devil.
Oh yeah, yeah, Mr. Beelzebub is always a bit difficult. I gotta give him a drop of blood every.
Scratch Mr. D.
Every week, the red guy comes up. He takes like a pint of my blood, and then it's just like, okay, I guess that's through then. Anyways, next questions come from the Westerner. Out of all the railway companies working on Krotunia, which one is your favorite? That's a good question. I'd have to say,
Capitalism.
I'd have to say the Fantasyland crew is easily among my favorites, just because we've got so many different kinds of characters in that one fleet. So that's, basic answer, but like for the record, for people not too familiar with the team, that's the one that Tilly, Casey Jr., and like the team living at Colville work with. So,
I like the one with Thomas.
Oh man, who would have told?
Who would have thought?
Man, I am so predictable.
Bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum. Let me think what to answer next from this. How long is the railway altogether? Rough estimate is okay. Well, the country is
3 inches.
Well, the country's the size of a medium-sized island, so I guess work with that a little bit. Out of all the engines in the series, which one would you say is the most unique, either in design, development, or just how they are in general? I'd have to say probably Grace is one of the more unique characters we've gotten, just because she was like, a lot of the characters, even like, the wackier ones, we typically have like, they're based on some kind of design, and then Grace here was kind of like, I was kind of figuring out how would a miniature railway breakdown crane work, like one that a crew could someone could stand in and work, so kind of figuring her out was a bit difficult, but definitely worth it. She's a very fun design and a very fun character, so...
Oh my god, I love her.
I really gotta get to her and Rashera's episode soon. I just gotta build a Bert and Mike model. So next up, next one comes from Terrier Productions 26. How do you get ideas for stories? They tend to come from, I think I might have answered this last time, but it's still worth a good question to answer. They kind of come from a few different places. Sometimes I'll get inspired by things I watch. Sometimes I'll find something and be a little bit inspired by it. Sometimes I just want to explore a certain character, or sometimes I'm just like, I want to do that kind of thing, and that's how I get my ideas.
Wait, really? I thought you just opened a fortune cookie.
No, that's for when I decide ramblings videos. It's
How do you back the
Anyways, I'll mention how do I get ideas for my videos. Basically, I just think of random stuff that makes me laugh and that probably makes others laugh. And I'll admit, sometimes it helps. What advice? Run ideas past friends first. They can help with feedback. They can let you know if a joke doesn't work. Basically, if you don't run ideas past friends first, you might wind up like Victor Tanzi. Alright, that's enough tangent.
Shots fired!
Oh my god!
I think
Oh.
the people are gonna hate me for this, but for my videos, the idea is just take a cartoon I like, take an episode I like, then copy the script, change a few things, and then it's done.
I mean, that works.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then profit.
It's not too far off from my method though, which I Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of handy when you have a parody account, so
miss.
Yeah, let me see. So I think we're good to move on. Unless we got anyone else who wants to say stuff for that
Yep,
question.
my idea for making us stuff is basically take a nice leisurely walk. That's usually what I do when I have to make up some ideas. Just take a nice walk, say some things to yourself, and you got yourself an idea.
Actually, that's kind of my method too. That's a good one.
Oh,
Mine is kind of a mix of Caleb's and Lucky's. When I'm walking home from school, I just think of ideas and stuff, and they sometimes come to my head randomly as well when I'm at home. So, yeah, it's a mix of both.
It's very good.
nice.
Next up, we got a couple from DGPS Studios. One, will Yeaman be getting his own story? No definite plans at the moment, but it would be fun to kind of dive into him a bit. We just have to get a new model done. Next up, is there ever gonna be a set antagonist for the Railways of Krotunia? Well, we have Dieselton and Cerberus already, but I don't know if we're ever gonna have, like a proper villain team or something, or like, antagonist characters that could potentially appear on a semi-regular basis. I don't know, guys. It just seems kind of unlikely that they're will ever do some kind of.
why not a villain that would actually be seen as a threat to the whole railway in general?
I mean, yeah, that would be a good idea, but I don't know if I've got anything set with like something like that. Like maybe like they run a railway company or something, and it's like a trio of like bad guys and they cause problems. But I guess we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that they're gonna. They're
Oh my god, it's the best version of Robotnik.
Who had Robotnik? There's no Robotnik on the stream.
But Milan, we do have a villain in Krotunia, don't you remember? It's the biggest threat that the railways ever had to face. Don't you remember?
Capitalism?
No. Trump.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. Oh God, Chuggington in the big epic movie that's coming in 2020 in 22x.
Something.
In
Milan, take your time.
I was more like thinking of a villain that would try to close down the whole railway in general.
Well, it's kind of hard to do. It's like a whole country,
the
so
mainland.
I guess it's hard because like I may have just been teasing right now, like, hey, we could potentially do villains, something. But it's like, I think the thing with a lot of crossovers is they tend to do like, these big villain team-ups, and they mostly come off as pretty lame. Pooh's Adventures is a very good example, sadly, that I can think of.
Yeah.
It's like, like here's the villain group consisting of Bowser, the mime guy from Totally Spies, and then the Darla Dimple from Cats Don't Dance, and then I'm trying to think of other characters, ridiculous. And then
you got Brady, and then you got Brady Culture from 7 Max.
And then you got the guy from Out of Jimmy's Head.
Oh wow, I forgot that was a show.
I wish I could too, but
Everyone forgot that was a show.
but yeah.
They also don't forgot it was too. That's
I'll
what
be
makes it
honest.
scary.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I used to tune into Out of Jimmy's Head every weekend, and the sole reason I did that was because Chowder was on next.
Very fair.
Chowder, what an
Understandable.
amazing show.
Yeah.
Very
Actually, I did once have an idea for a villain that the engines would have to face, and I was gonna pitch it to you, Milan, but then something tragic happened.
Oh,
Oh,
what
no.
was that?
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Oh
wanted to
no!
I forgot.
You forgot.
Wait, I know who it is.
Whomst.
No,
Freight Nate.
no.
Oh my god. Okay, we better move on before we get too
Yeah,
too
let's
silly.
move on.
So, a good question here. Were there any scrapped characters from the show? This is the last one from Westerner, not Westerner, from DGPS Studios. Yeah, this is the last one. So, for scrapped characters, we actually had a few early on that were kind of sent to the scrap heap, to put it lightly. So there was one character. Originally, Cliffstone was going to have a couple. Like, these are the big scrap ones I can think of. So there was Brienne, who was basically a mod of, like, a weird James model that used to be in a pack. It was like a black James, and then it had, like, Edwards wheels, and then, like, a huge gap between them. And, again, this was before I kind of knew how to do models properly and stuff, so I was still, you know, like, working out. So, yes, we did have a recolor of this kind early on. And she was going to be like this energetic tender engine working at the quarry. And then alongside her, we also had two other engines that were working with her. One that was never built called Turtle. And then one that you guys might have seen in like really early videos. Willie, who was like a huge saddle tank engine. And you can see, and basically all his models was, like, I built the model separately on SketchUp, not rigged. It was just like a .x model. And then was slapped onto one of the Dream Fleeters chassis. I think this was Roderick's, if I'm not mistaken. So, basically what happened was, I mentioned this last time, but when I lost the USB with all the original Krotunia files, those characters went with it. And as I kind of rebuilt a bit, it was kind of like, and starting to actually get the series proper going, it was kind of like, you know, we could kind of do without these, because I mostly wanted to focus on getting pre-existing characters moving first, but who knows? They could be coming back sometime soon. Perhaps one of those characters I mentioned may even be in the works.
Wait.
Really?
We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Let me see. So here's a fun one from Sunshine Studios. If you could drive any vehicle, what would it be? I would have to say, you know, a steam engine would be a dream to actually drive. For me personally. I would
Typical.
I would also like to drive a boat. That would be a lot of fun. I like being on boats.
I almost had the opportunity to drive a steam engine at Teleclin during the Audrey Extravaganza, but it was raining so much that they ended up to just give us the ride with Rusty.
Oh.
It was fun, but a little disappointed.
Gotcha. Let me see.
Man,
Any
I
other
almost wish I was able to go to an Audrey Extravaganza, but that'd be a lot of planning, you know.
Didn't you
I
go
mean-
to Polyphony?
I mean, it is possible. I did it. Anyone can.
Eh?
Lucky, didn't you go to Tallyflin?
Yeah, but that wasn't on an Audrey Extravaganza day. But to go back to the UK, that would require a lot of planning into what we're gonna do on which days, where we're gonna go, seeing
And of
if
course-
people I know aren't busy on certain days.
Just
And of
let
course-
it go. Live the moment.
And of course, you're gonna need lots of money.
Money.
Here comes the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family's pretty good at saving, so I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be an option. I don't know. I don't really look into money that often. We'll see.
Yeah. Any other vehicles everyone wants to drive?
Personally, I want to drive a rail speeder. Just to get the feel of it.
That'd be fun. How about you, Sacred?
Huh?
Any vehicle you wish to drive?
Well, I've always kind of wanted a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah, I just really like how distinct the design is, because like every car looks the same, but like that one like you know what it is.
Yeah.
And plus they're still around, so it's not like it's an old car.
Oui.
Oh wait, guys, we have a super chat question.
I do
Oh.
have to say thank you very much,
Whoa.
Maddie.
Oh.
That's from Maddie Harris, my good friend from the Egg Wiki and also the server. And that's Toodle's whistle, signifying that it was posted. Not sure why the thing's not working for the donations. I'm hearing the sound, but not the visuals. But anyways, so Matty asks, Lucky, who's your favorite Mr. Conductor?
Oh man. Well, like I you know what? I think I might have to go with George Carlin. Like he's just got so much energy in him. Like, they've all got their positive quirks. Like Ringo's conductor seems to be full of wisdom. George's conductor seems to be very kind. Which is ironic because of the man who plays him. Not saying that George Carlin isn't kind. And then there's Alec Baldwin, who's a bit crazy. But we just love watching it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, George Carlin conductor is probably the best one.
Excellent.
I think so too.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
Right, so moving on to the next one. Fatboy M818 asks, what's it like making videos for others to watch? At times nerve-wracking, but it's also a major part of what motivates me to do what I do. It's like, being able to do these kind of videos and see, like, there's an audience for them. It's, like, the most rewarding thing in the world, honestly.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Next up, would you allow your fans to give you ideas if it will help you make new videos to release on your channel? Good time for me to plug the server. I'm gonna get a link really quick for it. We do have a suggestion channel. We don't take every suggestion though, but we kind of have it there, to kind of see what, our general public would like to see in future videos. So if you want to go over there and join in, you can feel free to go submit stuff over there a little bit. We don't take every idea. It's a lot like why we don't take a lot of auditions often. I do get people asking if, like, we do voices. I typically do them with people I know and I'm familiar with, or kind of find myself, but, sometimes things change. But yeah, there's the server down there if you want to check it out.
Join the server.
Just make sure to behave yourselves. That's the big thing.
Join us.
Yeah, it's a family server, so please don't. It's a family server, so please don't post photos of rude things, okay?
Or naughty things.
Yeah, you can't post
It
pictures of
seems
the students.
today that all you see is sex on TV.
Yeah,
My
basic word of rule: if it's anything worse than what you would see in a Simpsons episode, don't post it in the server.
Yeah, so, So
What the fuck?
Ah, no!
I don't unhear that! Unhear that right now!
I know, hopefully nobody heard.
I meant to
Yes.
play this.
I didn't hear nothing.
that.
Oh, the timing! I mean, to be fair, I don't think a lot of people are going to be watching this particular video, so, but just, we gotta keep mindful for the future. Anywho, next question. We have about 17 minutes before we take a break. Dockside Shunter, any update in the Roblox game? You had an idea for a while back. I answered this last stream, but we're kind of stuck at the moment. We have people interested in helping out, but it's just like getting aside a team of people that aren't bad and also kind of getting the time to work on it. 2, have you tried making custom ear-life models of different engines like Tilly and Tracy? Have debated about it. Tried doing it with the toy line a bit. That didn't work out too great, but who knows? And lastly, why is your fridge empty? Because I'm a hungry boy.
Milan,
That
you're
always
always
keeps-
hungry.
That, and I always keep stealing from it every week.
I'm
Milan,
also a hungry boy. I'll admit I need to lose weight. Here's the thing: a lot of people overeat because they're sad, or a lot of people overeat to fill a void. I do it because tasty things taste so good.
Milan, are you secretly Winnie the Pooh?
Maybe a bit rumbly in my tumbly.
Oh,
Nice.
bother.
Oh, bother.
Yeah, let me see. Next up, I just had to post something in the cyber really quick.
Why did you have to kill all those campers?
Listen, those campers, they were not cool, man. There was so much
Seriously,
total.
what?
There was so much total drama action, man.
For real though, blood and honey is the sole reason why I think maybe studios should hold on to copyrighted characters.
Yeah, it's a who. But let me see. So, also, quick reminder for everybody: we are answering questions from June. But if you do want to have questions answered, we have these super chats for that. So just click the $sign, donate as little or as much as you want, and we shall answer them if we can. Next question. This is from Thomas Mini's Life. Will there be another Milantoon Holiday Hijack home video contest this year? Kind of debating it, honestly. Last year was really fun. It's just kind of, the giveaways are a little bit hard to do because they are a bit expensive. The prizes might be a little scaled down this year if we do it again, but that was a lot of fun. I would like to do that again if people are up to it. I think we might do the entries first as like an afternoon show and then the show, like the main stuff in the evening, because I know there were some complaints about like Krotunia stuff going first and then the show being last, so we shall see.
Nice.
Yeah, like, speaking of Holiday Hijack, I had a lot of fun making the sketches for that, except, a lot of it was kind of done last minute, because around the time I started filming, I randomly got a cold! Thanks, immune system, you've let me down again, which is why a lot of the sketches had to be rushed out. Keep your eyes peeled, though, we might be doing a thing.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we've got all three of our people helping out with the primetime stuff going forward in here. We've got some cool stuff in the works. So, next up, oh man, this is a time question. Will there be a video talking about all the new stuff in All Engines Go, like Ashima? And just the other week, I did a video about Ashima's episode. I might do a review of Lookout Mountain, maybe this week. I'm debating holding off though because I have done a lot of All Engines Go talk recently, so I'm kind of like, you know.
Wait, did you even talk about the previous All Engines Go movie that I forgot the name of?
Yeah, but I was gonna. My plan was to do a big season 1 video about All Legends Go, but now it might just be seasons 1 and 2 because they just announced the next 2 seasons and they're like 26 episodes and 60-minute specials. So it's like they're not doing like 100 episodes at a time like they did with this order. So we may have to, we will see what we will do. And the last question from Thomas Mini's Life is, I guess this one everyone can answer. Do you like the new Thomas Wooden Railway for 2022? Yeah, I like it.
It's nice.
Definitely.
I'm gonna buy it for my niece, and my sister doesn't get a say in it. I'm buying them for my niece.
I got a Percy from the Milantoon himself.
I can't believe it.
Man, I love free stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Bulstrode is huge.
I can confirm this guy is again, this dude is the size of my forearm. It is.
Wait.
He is a big boy, an absolute unit, if you will.
Yeah.
Milan,
Mhm.
how big is he? Can a Trackmaster Thomas fit in him? Like Trackmaster 2?
Undoubtedly. So
Huge, giant Bulstrode supremacy.
yeah. We've got about 12 minutes before we take a break. Next up, I'll take one from Adam Hanneline. Will there be new places in Krotunia? Yes, stay tuned. Lots of cool stuff. This is one everyone can answer. This is the first one from Henry the F1 guy. Do you like Total Drama? I was a huge fan of the first season when it came out. I was actually watching it regularly. I kind of fell out.
I love Total Drama.
Season 2, I kind of fell out of it, but it was like one of those shows I would kind of like periodically look up things about, and then then like the World Tour and then the Revenge of seasons happened. I heard All Stars was pretty terrible. I heard Dramarama was a show, but I'm interested in the reboot coming out. Yeah.
I'll tell you
It
this.
exists.
What? Have you seen Redonkulous Race?
Oh, I did watch a couple episodes of that. I think it was on vacation.
Oh, Redonkulous Race is great. I loved it. I feel like it was a breath of fresh air for the franchise, and I'm kind of bummed they never did another season of that. Dang it, I want more Redonkulous Race. I want more team-ups.
To be honest, I initially didn't watch Redonkulous Race because Chris wasn't there, but yeah, I could agree. It was kind of nice fresh air.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just had the best idea. Redonkulous Race Season 2, but Chris is a contestant.
No!
Ooh.
Wait! Chris was
Let's add a
Chad.
twist.
Oh, that would be interesting.
No, isn't that a
Yes.
twist?
Also,
Put him through the challenges for once.
I remember when I first watched Total Drama Action with my brother. We were so hooked up. We watched it religiously. Man, it was very nice back then to be with spend quality time with my brother.
Yeah. Like what was I gonna say? But yeah, so yeah, Sacred, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I did grow up watching Total Drama, like the first season, but after that, I just kind of fell off.
So the same thing I kind of went through.
Yeah, so I kind of have like it. I don't hate it, but I don't really like. I'm not like a super fan of it. It's just kind of it's one of those franchises where it's just like there for me. It's just there. It
That-
exists.
I was what
That reminds me, I'm actually planning to do a Thomas parody of Total Drama.
Oh.
And
I tried one of those once. Still might do it, but it would take a while to actually do it. But here's how much Total Drama I watched. I watched every episode, even when it got terrible, because I kind of wanted to know who was gonna win. Like I just wanted to know who would win in the end.
Understandable.
And I'll be honest, last few seasons I have no memory of who the winner actually was. Although I will say this, it was around Total Drama Rama that I stopped really catching up, because like so Total Drama Rama wasn't a bad show by any means, but literally who asked for it?
yeah,
Yeah, especially since the target audience were teenagers for Total Drama.
Man.
yeah, it was a show that exists. Also, Henry the F1 guy asks. Oh wait, Caleb, did you ever see Total Drama?
Sort of, but mainly not really.
Ah, gotcha. Then we got a spam thing on the bottom.
Oh no.
I'm gonna report that as spam.
Ooh dear.
Bam bots.
But next up from Henry the F1 guy. Ever heard of the show Titipo before? I actually saw a bunch of episodes of that.
TT what now?
Titipo.
Yeah,
That Toyo the little bus.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was okay. I liked the house garages. I liked some of the look of the show, but it's one of those shows I kind of had some interest in and kind of fell out of a bit.
I saw like clips from it and thought to myself, it's okay.
The animation was the best part of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was in the same universe as Tayo was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More kids shows need to have shared universes.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh man. So this is the last one from Henry. I'm gonna get a certain clip ready, a certain clip of the bean variety
Bean.
Beans, what the fuck?
Yeah, at the go, just cause. So someone asked me.
Magic.
Whoop, no, not yet, Mr. Bean, not yet. I don't need you yet. So someone asked, how is Ariel still alive around 200 years after her movie took place? And the answer is
Magic.
oh my god, that was actually timed up!
Wait, seriously?
You'd actually timed up the Oh my god! Oh, this has been amazing. Next, so moving right along, Maria.
Fun fact, that wasn't the first time that happened, but we'll talk about that another day.
Oh man, Maria Hernandez asks, will there be a Thomas and Percy and Tilly? Will you make triple header, but with Thomas, Percy, and Tilly? Okay, love your content. Thank you. I don't think we'll do like straight Railway Series adaptations like that. And it would be probably more like something with the whole like True Blue Steam team, because it's kind of like, you know, you have Thomas, Percy, and then Tilly. It's a bit over focused on Thomas, but yeah, that's my answer to it. So a couple ones from DR18 I'll quickly answer before we have 5 minutes till break, so I'm gonna kind of push through a little bit. For a future Krotunia episode, can James the Red Engine be the main character for at least one episode? We've had ideas. Stay tuned. Opinions on All Legends Go, I've already answered. Do you like NASCAR, F1, or IndyCar? Not too big into racing, but I think it's cool. How about you guys? Do you like NASCAR, F1, or IndyCar?
The only NASCAR race I can bear with are the one from Cars.
I don't really watch car racing.
highway.
I don't really watch car racing full stop. The closest thing to that would have been Cars, like they just said.
I mean,
The only-
NASCAR races, you're just running circles.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The only type of racing I would get into is just Mario Kart type racing.
That is very fair.
Mario Kart.
Mario. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Mario.
Hello, it's me, Mario.
It's
And then
too
we
good.
Luigi.
Hey, paisanos! It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show! Anyways,
Super.
Do the Mario, swing your arm
So-
from side to side. Come on, let's go do the Mario.
So-
Trusted the fungus.
trust the fungus. Next questions. So,
Among Us.
Bubble Top Pack 01 YouTube asks, is Chuggington part of the main cast, or is it just the Blue Legends like Casey Jr., Tracy, Thomas, and Tilly? They are supporting characters. Why was Olwen from Chuggington shown before Wilson, Brewster, and Coco? Those three were hard to model, and I wanted to do the steam trains first. And the last one.
Yeah.
Do trains have parents? Because in spoiler alert, the guy that spoiled the movie for Percy said Action Chugger's dad was still alive, or was that just for the movie? I think that was just for the movie, if I remember right, Lucky.
No. Yeah. Honestly, I just needed to come out. I just needed to come up with what's a generic plot twist that could be spoiled for Percy. And first thing that came to mind was dead parent. Turns out they're not dead.
And it's a classic one. And poor Percy had that spoiled.
No, son of a.
I see someone
It's-
saw the deleted scenes.
It's
Yes.
funny. You know, it's funny because Percy canonically swears in the Railway series.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's canon.
So I got room for a couple more questions. We have 2 minutes before break. Tank Engine 99 2022 asks, why has Puffle been absent for so long? His episode got shafted, and I do have plans for Puffle to come back very soon.
Actually, he was just on vacation.
Well, he's
Yeah.
always kind of been in the background, but he's getting some focus soon. Stay tuned. Is All Legends Go canon because of the rolling stock? I do not know what I'm doing with All Legends Go canon because we'd have Baby Thomas be existing. It's just kind of like I use the rolling stock because they work very well with the smaller characters and stuff. So that's kind of why they're there. And lastly, what happened to Timothy since he's scrapped at the steelworks? He took a mean tumble off a penny, and he fell.
He's dead.
He fell into the slag pit, and he's just kind of there.
He's
He
dead.
died on his way back to his home planet.
he just like yeah, he took a plummet when he was coming from Ghost Heaven, and then the others were like, oh sweet, free steel. So yeah, we have time for I think maybe one.
He floated up toward heaven, but got lost along the way. All right, I just
So-
had to.
I have time for maybe one more question before we go to break. will we ever? I've already asked. Like I was gonna answer something from Blade O'Brien. He asked a couple of different things, but I've already answered a lot of them. Let me see. Oh, here's a good one from Anime Productions. I can end on. Before we go to break, we're gonna take a 5-minute break just so everyone knows. Will there be episodes with the road characters as a main focus, like in Thomas the Building Engine? Like, will more characters from Bob the Builder be focused on? You can stay tuned because we have some very, very fun ideas in mind for them.
If you
Can we
do
dig
that,
it?
please don't use Bob anime model.
Well, that's one of the reasons I've been kind of unable to do a lot with them, just because I gotta get new models. I just gotta
Yeah,
think who can make
To be fair, some of the animified characters really don't fit well.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I actually,
Also-
I don't know. If
Also
I'm-
because
I did
anime is
recently-
cringe.
anime is
I
not
did
entirely
read-
cringe, but it's just
And-
like it's
yeah,
like it was a lot like
Jojo ain't cringe. I will fight you.
Let Milan talk. Let Milan talk.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the models we've had. Like Miss Ella's model's gonna stay the same. It's like some of them were kind of temp models, like Bob and Wendy were definitely meant to be temp, but it's just kind of like we're working on it. We've got some fun stuff. Lockie actually recently did some cool concept art for Bob and Wendy. We just gotta get a model.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah. I was actually about to say that. I recently did some concept art for potential Bob and Wendy redesign. In fact, hang on, I'm just
Ooh.
scrolling through the chat, seeing if I can find it. Because
Are they like
Wait.
personal redesigns, or
what?
are they like personal redesigns for Krotunia, or?
Oh, well, they were made with Krotunia in mind, but I guess they could be personal redesigns in general. Hang on, is it all right if I? Is it all right if I post it in the chat?
Yeah, you can post in the chat. And while
In the
they look
super
at that,
secret
we're
chat.
gonna be.
I want to see.
And while they go take a look at that, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break. So we will be back very soon to share some more silliness, some more fun, and hopefully push through all the questions before the end. Otherwise, we'll have to do a part 3. So get ready
Yes.
for at least 2 more hours of questions after the break.
and that's
jokes.
that's why I love my medical license.
So we are back. We are back, and oh man, there's a lot of bots kind of striking us tonight. So welcome back, and
Oh
hello,
my God.
LJ. And I'm gonna go quickly report and ban this bot. So,
Oh no, the bots.
So let's see what we're off to next. So next up, we have a question from Mr. Ryan Smith. He has a couple of questions here. So first up is, if Fireman Sam needs to travel, can he use his fire engine named Jupiter? As a matter of fact, we have been looking to get a Jupiter model for Krotunia and a Fireman Sam model for Krotunia. We just got
Yeah, but we're still debating season 5 style or seasons 1 through 4 style.
What about season 6 through 10 or 12 till 13?
Nope.
Yeah, next up, is the Refresh series going to be amazing? I hope so. We got a lot of great scripts we've been doing for this. We've got some great animation that we're possibly going to show at the end of the stream. So get your friends over. So if you got friends who like Krotunia, you may want to get them in the stream, because we're going to show some special surprises at the end. Hopefully, if everything goes well. And, and thirdly, is Wilson of Chuggington British, like Brewster and Coco? I don't know. Can you ask my good friend Steve Modity, who voices Wilson in the short that we're eventually going to get done once I get a few lines from people?
Wowzers, I don't know.
It's a mystery.
It's a big mystery.
It's a big
It
mystery.
is a mystery.
We better get Detective Brewster on the case.
Oh man, we gotta.
Yep, and Hodge.
No, we had to get Sam and Max on the case.
No.
No, guys, we gotta.
They in the
actually,
place,
yeah,
and they
Sam
on
and
the
Max.
case.
Yeah, get Sam and Max. No one beats Sam and Max. I was gonna say someone else, but no one can beat Sam and Max.
I was
We
gonna
need
say
to-
Inspector Gadget and play the theme, but the theme would get us claimed, so I can't do that. Da-da-da-da-da,
That's-
Inspector Gadget.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
but-
do an acapella.
Sam and Max. We gotta get Sam and Max in there.
I mean, there's,
Actually, that's a good
I
question.
did
Would
find
Sam
Oh
and Max?
man, I love
models,
Sam and
but,
Max Freelance Police.
we'll
I did
That's
find
a
some
good.
models,
Actually,
but
that's
I
a good question.
don't
Milan,
really
would
want
Sam
to
and
use
Max
them.
be canon to Krotunia?
possibly
Yes.
we'll figure it out, but we gotta push through some questions. So
Right, more questions. Go.
Oh
Yeah.
God, please let me voice Sam.
we'll see what we can do. Sherry Howie asked, "Are you going to have a train car that's a Pullman car?" We've shown. I have a Pullman car in the series. That's what you saw in Meg's headliner. And also, I think Audrey pulls them too. So, yeah, we have we have Pullman cars. Next up, Island of Sodor Films 2021's second channel asked 2 questions. One, actually, well, this one I've already answered. Favorite character from Krotunia. We answered that last time. Secondly, what is your favorite and least favorite Disney shows? My personal favorites
Oh my God.
are Owl House and the Hercules show. Least favorite is Shorty McShort Shorts. Oh no, it's Shorty McShorts Shorts.
Shorty Big Shorts.
Shorty's. It's
Also, Duke
short-
of Benry Bay's here.
It's a show.
Howdy.
Oh my god! Oh my god, Dookie!
Duke.
I made it.
Hello, Dookie! Welcome to the stream!
An hour late, but I made it.
It's all
Hello.
good. We're glad to have you here.
I arrived at occasion.
Howdy,
Hello.
howdy, howdy.
But yeah, we just got a question about what's our favorite and least favorite Disney shows.
Oh, are we all going next?
If you want to, just make it really quick, just because we got a lot to go through.
Okay,
Alright, so
so
most favorite.
Wait, what?
Oh,
What?
I'll just go. For most favorites, it's hard to pick, but I'd have to say Gravity Falls, DuckTales, Dave the Barbarian. Oh, I'm stuck. But there's so many great shows, and Disney Plus is missing a lot of great shows like Dave the Barbarian, Buzz Lightyear: A Star Command, House of Mouse, and Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. Which, now that I say it out loud, that last one is not really much of a loss.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to put House of Mouse. You've got Bear on there finally coming, but I'm still waiting, Disney. Also,
okay,
also
okay,
look,
mine are Gravity Falls, Amphibia, House of Mouse, and Kim Possible. And
Oh
least
yeah,
fav-
Amphibia and House of Mouse, they're good too.
Also Wonder Over Yonder. Least favorite, I probably every Disney Junior show.
What?
Understandable.
Next
My
up.
favorite. My favorite is probably Phineas and Ferb in the Owl House.
Oh my god, yes, Phineas and Ferb, it's great.
Yeah, Phineas and Ferb's a good show.
All right, and then Secret.
I still need to watch I still need to watch
Pardon?
Hamster and Gretel.
Oh yeah, I heard that show's okay. But yeah, Secret.
Yeah.
Favorite and least favorite Disney shows.
Ooh, that's a tough one because I'm not I'm not like a connoisseur of Disney shows, so it's it's hard for me to say.
It's very fair.
Mine's are Owl House. My favorite shows are Owl House, Amphibia, Wander Over Yonder. I think there's a bunch more, but yeah, I don't really
Based.
can't really remember them right now. Least favorite, one of them is Phineas and Ferb. I'm sorry, the style just doesn't really play out to me.
For shame.
And I think Dookie is the last of the bunch.
Favorites. I gotta say, Owl House and Amphibia come to mind. Also, Gravity Falls, I love those. Nostalgia, Impossible, and I don't have least favorites. I don't know many.
That is
Owl
very-
House is the bestie.
and that is
Based.
very valid. Next up, how many franchises were cooperating with Krotunia? A lot. That was from S. Edward. That is my answer. Next
A lot. Good answer. Short, sweet, to the point.
I'm Western Engine 11 asked a couple of the usual, is this character going to be Krotunia? Which, we're not expecting because all of them are basically like, we've maybe considered it, or we've thought about it, or they're not going to be in it. But here's an interesting one. What is the rarest Thomas the Tank Engine item that you own? That is a very, very good question. I'd have to say the rarest that I own, it's a Thomas and the Magic Railroad UK press kit book. I don't think I can pull a picture up on me, but it's like this big board book kind of thing that they released as for like the UK to promote the movie, and it's like, it's really nice. I still have it in the packaging. I might sell it because it's just like, it's taking up a little bit of space, and I'm not sure if I much use it. But I did acquire something recently, a while back, that I haven't gotten the time to get a frame for. I also got a poster from Thomas on the big screen, that 2007 Fathom Events thing. So, those are the rarest I own. So,
Okay, mine is not the rarest, but it was really difficult to find. It's a 1995 Thomas Wooden Railway toy in good conditions, because every time I always find them at awful condition or at very exaggerated prices, and this one was like, finally I found one that is convenient to buy.
yeah, that's a good point.
Also, probably a new in the box Thomas Earl toy, the one with the 3D faces.
Yeah.
For me, it would have to be Hornby, Stepney, and Hornby Old Slow Coach.
I don't own any.
That's fair. Caleb, do you have any?
Have any what?
Rare Thomas items.
None that I know of.
My rare Thomas items. I have the Tales from the Tracks promotional DVD. I think that's kind of rare.
Oh.
Man.
And I also have like a 1994 Peter Sam Wooden Railway,
Very nice.
Cool.
and I also have Ethel Murdoch.
Ooh. Yeah, that was one of the
Which
very
is-
last ones, right?
Yeah, which is my favorite thing I probably own.
Oh, I've also got an Earl Murdoch, actually.
He's
Earl
probably
Oh wait, Earl.
Great. Anybody else with rare Thomas items to mention?
Closest
Oh,
I can
I
say is
I just remembered another one. Play, rail, bash, and dash.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Closest thing to rare that I own is like a Tommy Lady and Murdoch. And I guess a new box push along Sunny, but those are the closest things I own.
Ooh. That's some good stuff.
Oh wait, I also have another item. It's Commodore 64 Thomas video game.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That is pretty rare.
Yep.
And I am sorry about your ears.
Yeah, let me see to do. So next up on the list is boom. This one comes from Jacoboscar Balanos, who's the smallest engine. In terms of standard gauge, Tracy. Mini gauge, probably Rashera, if I'm not mistaken. And Twit by the Twit. Milantoon, have you heard about Furbies? Yes, I know what a Furby is.
No, I've never heard of
Furbies.
I've never heard of this Furby. You see, I've been on Mars for the past 30 years. In a
You're
cave,
young, yeah.
my eyes shut and my fingers in my ears.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, it was a weird experience.
Yeah.
I met Della.
Man, but it's like you know, it's funny. It's just like everyone's talking about the Mario movie, and if I've seen it, it's just like, man, I don't know about that. But it's like
You've heard of Furbies. You've heard of Furbies. Now get it ready for long Furbies.
Yes, the long Furbies.
Long
are sleeping.
Long Furbies. Wait a minute.
Long Furby.
Y'all remember when they actually had Furbies in the Mitchells versus the Machines?
Oh my
Really?
god, yes, it was hilarious.
I haven't
seen it, so I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word for it.
Man, but I haven't seen the Furby. But wait a minute, hold on. What's this on my stream? Guys! I got a movie trailer. I got
a movie trailer.
Guys, I got the Mario movie trailer here. I can't believe it. I got the legal clearance to show it. Man, let's go watch it together, everybody. Let's see.
What could make adorable creatures leave their tropic island paradise? How about their own movie? Furbies are on their way to the premiere of the Furby movie on Cinetoon. And you can catch them popping up on Teletoon every day between 4 and 6. If you note the time you saw them, you can report it at Teletoon.com and enter to be one of 5 daily winners of a Hasbro Furby. The Furby Star Sightings Contest. Keep your eyes open.
These guys are crazy.
Wow, I can't wait for the Furby movie on Teletoon.
What the fart was that? What did I just watch?
Milan, if I was at your house right now, I'd slap you across the face for that.
Are you
okay? You hold it still,
Oh.
and I'm gonna punch him.
The poor things my Canadian childhood was exposed to. Anyways.
Hey, if it helps, Australia wasn't any better.
You think that's traumatic? You gotta see some Italian movies.
I mean, there was Roberto Benigni's Pinocchio, but then again, Australia also has the magic pudding, so...
No, I mean really cursed stuff.
Man, I'm just like... But yeah, joking aside, let's continue. My poor audience. Next up, this comes from Steelworks Ryan. Oh, this is a funny one. Why did you choose to include Disney princesses in your series instead of railway controllers? We have railway controllers! Not every princess is running the railway! I don't get
every princess, the girl boss.
It's so funny because it's like the only one I really have that's running anything is Ariel running the tug fleet, but it's like it's not like I'm like, okay, Belle, she runs the narrow gauge railway, and she controls the railway. I think it's confusion with like Missy Ella, who isn't even a Disney character. That one's Good Times Entertainment technically, so.
Oh, Good Time.
I would trust any railway run by Tiana. I would trust her. I would trust her railway.
You took a good. Congratulations, Milan. You took a Good Times character and you put him in something that wasn't terrible.
Ah, well, you could thank Tony Pilot. They made the original model. But yeah,
All right.
next up, this also comes from Steelworks Ryan. What was the most fun episode to make? It's hard to say. I think Building Engine was a really fun one to make because of, using different machines. It was my first time really doing an extensive collab in terms of, like, MMD animation. It was like, that one was a lot of fun to do. Harbor Engine was also kind of fun to stage, but that one took a while. But it was like, Building Engine, I remember being really smooth production-wise once we got it on a roll, and it was just really fun to kind of plan out and produce. That was a fun one.
What was the start music at the start of Building Engine?
Oh, what?
What was the music at the start of Building Engine?
Oh, that was from the original DuckTales series.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, I really like using those tracks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, any fun episodes you guys remember making?
Ooh, well, I did have fun. I did have a lot of fun coming up with ideas for Loco in the Poconos. I still stand by that being one of my fave shorts we've done so far.
Oh man, that man, I regret. I should have added that. That's my answer too, because that was another one that was just like really fun to work on with everyone. Let me see. Caleb, which one was the most fun you've worked on so far? Oh, Caleb, Caleb's muted. Whoops, I forgot. So we can go back to Caleb in a bit when they return. So next up. So bum. Anyone else want to add anything before we move on?
My favorite episode of Krotunia I work on is the one I'm gonna release in the future with you.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so much fun to see.
Oh my
favorite one. My favorite one is one that's not been released yet. It's the Wilson one.
Yeah. Oh man, I hope we can. I hope Fran gets some time soon so we can record that, because that one is just gonna be such a fun episode to work on.
Wilson and the Theodore and Ariel ones are my favorites so far.
Yeah.
Wilson? Did somebody say Wilson?
I know, right?
Oh, I wonder who voices him.
Who knows?
Did somebody say cake?
Did somebody say Phoebe?
Oh, are you having cake?
Speaking of Phoebe, another fun one that I've been working on, that should be getting sets built tonight, so we can hopefully get it time before Halloween. But moving on to...
What was that?
That was excitement. This one comes from LJ and Thomas. Let me see. I've already answered favorite trains. Is Wilson up next in Meet the Krotunians?
Wilson?
Yeah, well, again, our thing is, like, we've got the short mostly recorded. We just gotta get a couple more lines and fix up some stuff, and then hopefully we can get that started. Might not be the very next one, but it's definitely one of the next ones on our list. And last one from LJ and Thomas is, can you make one of egg? I don't know.
Eggs! EGGS eggs.
My knowledge of this is tremendously wide. I've eaten the boiled egg. Actually, wait, I have an idea. No, I would sing it, but then I remember, like, some scammer on the Spotify uploaded the whole soundtrack, so I can't legally sing I can't sing the Cat in the Hat egg song instrumental.
That's stupid.
Wait, a scammer uploaded the soundtrack on Spotify? A scammer?
Yeah, it's like unofficially uploaded, so it's like it's the whole soundtrack from that, but it's like, it's dumb. It makes me the big sad. But anyways, moving right along. This one, let me see, answer one from Top Dog X, Top Dog with double G and X. Is Fat Controller Thingamabobs of Krotunia? Yes, he's shown up a couple times. He's in the series.
Yeah, he's yet to have spoken yet. I don't know if we've even casted a voice.
Yeah, it's like, we need to get like a role from him eventually, but yeah, so. Angelo Bates asks, which do you think is better, Thomas or Chuggington? I love Chuggington, but you know what the answer's gonna be to this one. Unless we're talking about Egg versus Season 6.
Yeah.
The superior show is obviously Mighty Engines.
The
It's Mighty
best.
Express.
No, wait,
Okay.
what's the name of the show? Mighty Trains?
Mighty Express.
Working for you, doing mighty things there. Mighty Express.
Man, Mighty Express Witches, it has the theme song of Mighty Machines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can never slap as hard.
Everyone says that Chuggington is a ripoff of Thomas, but has anyone ever considered that Mighty Express is a ripoff of Chuggington?
It's a ripoff of both. Mighty Express trying to run both off of the road.
Rip-offception!
Mighty Express trying to run both off
Mighty
the road.
Mighty Express is a ripoff of a ripoff.
Yeah, it was also trying to rip off Paw Patrol because they were like, well, we don't know if the movie's going to be successful. And then they ended up going the way of that guy from Speed Racer. He's going over that cliff.
Splash.
What's everyone's favorite Chuggington season, by the way?
Season 6 for me, personally.
I haven't got one.
The seasons which have Harrison and Chatsworth in them.
I kind of lost interest midway. I kind of lost interest midway through the 6th season, so...
Mine is...
never watched a single episode in my entire life.
Well, we're gonna have to change that soon.
Mine is probably...
Don't you dare!
It's a good show!
I will rather die!
You're just in denial!
Yeah, so... Ba-bum. Anything before we move on?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah.
Johnny on 52 Productions asked a couple questions. Do you use Blender or other 3D software to make to model an animation the model? To make an animation the model? So Blender I have used to port the Chuggington models over. I don't use Blender itself. I guess if I learned a bit better, I could have maybe used that eventually, but it's like, MMD, it's like the convenience of it. I like. It's kind of like, it's easier to kind of get stuff going. The interface is a bit more beginner-friendly. It's just kind of like with how complicated certain programs can be, it's like, it's just kind of like, it's more straightforward, I guess, so.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah. Editing software do you use to edit the video? I think I answered this last time, but I use Sony Vegas and Adobe Premiere, depending on the project. Premiere I typically use for the final cuts of Krotunia videos because it keeps the audio quality, the visual quality a lot better. But Vegas I tend to do a lot of the sound editing on and rough edits because it's a bit, to get stuff done quicker because Premiere can take a long time.
Yes.
Number 3, and the last question from John Neon 52 Productions is, have you ever tried to do stop motion animation before? Have you never done it before? I've actually done it a few times. I actually did it once for a school project. I don't know if I'll use it for Toy Tales at all because it would be a lengthy process, but who knows? We'll wait and see. Next up, let's see. So, Brighton Productions just says, Livy and Phoebe are best friends. Well,
they may be more than best friends.
Judging by I don't think so. Judging by the recent short, judging by the short where Livy and Phoebe did appear together, I don't think they would get along pretty well. Because Phoebe's like this upbeat and like really positive person, and Livy's just like rain cloud incarnate.
Yeah. Let me see. So we got a lot of these. I'm skipping through a bit.
Unless you're into opposites attract, but I don't know. To me, they don't really have like any kind of chemistry.
Yeah, you're not going to be seeing Phoebe and Livy anytime soon going 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. We come together because opposites attract.
It ain't fiction, just a natural fact. We come together because I'm dressed like a cat.
Also, hi, Cardinal.
Cardinal?
My friend Matt. But yeah, next up, so skip through the skin band a bit. Here's one from Aiden Films. Will there be more episodes focused on Thomas characters? Yes, stay tuned. And let me see. Okay, a lot of these have been answered. Questions I've already answered. Tornado fan production. So if some Sodor engines are working on Krotunia, Sodor like does the island of Sodor need like help? Not really. They've got like, you guys gotta remember by the end of Wubba, there's like a ton of characters they have, so it's like, for anyone they have kind of off the railway for a little bit, they've got people to kind of fill in, so they are okay.
Yeah, I mean, in Steam Team to the Rescue, the Fat Controller said that there weren't enough engines to do all the jobs, and I remember watching that episode and thinking to myself, that is a lie.
Yeah, it's like we have 5 diesels out of action, or 5 or 7, I think. We can't. The whole island's gonna fall apart. Well, there was also Salty and Porter, but it's like, you know, it's like it's just like, who could we get to help? And then characters like Charlie sitting there like, I'm still alive.
Like here's the thing: Steam Team to the Rescue is kind of a dumb special, but it does have one thing going for it.
And what's it?
The song.
Yeah, the song's pretty good. I've debated doing it as an MV a couple times.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, so next up, this one came from both Asher the King and Brighton Productions. I'm gonna answer. When will Safari Scott and Wilson Power be released? Both are still requiring some people to record voices for. I've done tests for Safari Scott, and that is another one I'm really looking forward to doing. That's another Meet the Krotunians for context for people. And another one from Asher I will answer is, will there be a Meet the Krotunians episode with Audrey speaking? I have an Audrey one in mind. Gotta get down to writing it, but stay tuned. Ba-bum. You see, what's another one? A lot of questions. So here's a couple from the Jillian group. What are your thoughts on Casey Jr. as a character? I think he is I think in the original stuff he's very fun, and that lent a lot to Krotunia, because, you know, in the Reluctant Dragon, the animation test one, before Dumbo, is like, he has a lot of personality. Like, he's very chipper, kind of like Lex Roy. He can be very competitive with, like, the boat that he nearly drowns on the drawbridge.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Casey Jr. is the best boy.
He's a good boy. I will give him cookies.
Bridge out. I can't do the whistle voice.
Bridge out. Bridge out.
No one can do the voice.
Yeah,
No one
yeah.
can do
All
that
aboard! Let's go. That's the
Yeah.
closest I can get anyway.
Yeah, we really need that item that the voice
How'd
actor
they
was
do
using.
that?
It was like some kind of
Basically-
audio equipment.
Basically, there was this audio equipment that they put on the throat.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny? If Casey Jr.'s whistle was in the same style as Tencent's whistle.
So alive.
Oh, I get it. Anyways, here's my honest opinion on Casey Jr. I think he was heavily unutilized by Disney. Milan has done more with Casey Jr. in like 10 years than Disney has in like 80.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see. Another question from the Jillian group is, what are your thoughts on Tugs? I think Tugs is a very fun show. I love it.
thanks.
I personally really love it, but I also see why it kind of failed beyond financial stuff. Because,
Yeah,
you know, it's
it was
like-
ahead of its time.
but it's also kind of like, how do you kind of, like, to someone casual who isn't like a big nerd or anything, how do you say, so do you want to watch a show about tugboats that's like Thomas the Tank Engine, except it's a period drama and characters actually die? They kind of look at you like,
What are you talking about? That's the best premise ever.
It's a cool one, but it's like, you think of like talking to like a regular mom with like, and she's like, oh, I don't know what I want to show my little 4-year-old Jimmy. It's like, oh, here's this
Yeah.
show.
Tugs was.
Well, okay, Karen.
You know, Milan, I think Milan was trying to do a joke, so let me finish.
It's like, but it's also like, you have that and like the kid, you know, the kid's got explosions and stuff in his eyes. But then you show like, you know, the cool kids down the block, they're like skateboarding and stuff at the skate park, and they're like, yo, dudes, did you hear about Tugs? There's like it's like a whole period drama, and the tugboats actually die, and then a kid comes up to you and goes, that's stupid! And it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I guess it's a little,
Yeah,
little
Tug
weird.
was ahead of its time.
So, anyone have any additional thoughts to give to Tugs? Like Sacred Dungeon?
It's me.
Like,
It's the best show ever. I love explosions.
It's a
He's- Well, we probably don't want to hype it up too much, but to those who haven't seen Tugs, give it a watch. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
it's a bit.
It's like
I really enjoy it, and I wish it got more merchandise. Although for how it was presented, I think it's just a bit. I don't know. If someone in a shop was like, "Oh, let's get tugs," but they think it's just going to be, like Thomas and stuff like that, and then they get greeted with explosions and even bigger ones, then like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah. I wonder, would tugs technically count as technically should be rated PG?
to an
Why
extent.
isn't?
It's
I
like,
watched the series. Oh, I watched. Go ahead.
I was gonna say my favorite episode though was the Zoran rap.
The
The
Zoran rap is the pinnacle of cinema.
Gonna pull it like so. Just like so.
They canceled a whole show
Do you
because
wanna-
the rap scene was too good. They knew they could never match that again.
Do you want to hear? Guys, do you want to hear a joke?
Yeah, let's hear a joke.
Okay.
What did the mayonnaise say to the refrigerator?
I don't know.
The door. I'm dressing.
Close the door. I'm dressing.
Oh my god.
God bless Scott McNeil. God bless him.
Oh man.
You know, as hilarious as Salty's Lighthouse is, I kind of feel contempt for that show because I feel like it's because
Yeah,
of the
it's not
existence of
good. It
Salty's
is not
Lighthouse
good.
got an official release
Where
of.
we gonna shoot
I feel like it's
today?
because of the
It is
existence of
outhouse.
Salty's Lighthouse that an official release of Tugs is very unlikely to ever happen.
Yeah, that's probably not coming back that's probably why the legalities are all mixed up.
I just
Honestly,
want
Tugs-
a re-release, guys.
I think it's a great series. Just it's not that groundbreaking. I think it really hit off in today's kind of cartoon environment with shows like Gravity Falls or Amphibia or Outhouse, where it's more of a blending gray area of what's passable, but for its time, I get why it didn't get that far.
Yeah.
It came out at the wrong time. We've been talking about Tugs too much.
Yeah,
Then,
Actually,
we
just to quickly say my thing. After binge watching the whole series one night, once upon a time, gave me a really great interest in the Maritimes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on, and last favorite engine from the Little Engine That Could. Favorite character from the Little Engine That Could. This last one from Jillian. Basic answer, Batillion, but also Chip, but also Rolo because I am Rolo.
They didn't specify which version.
I guess either version. From the 2011 one, I like Rusty a lot too. So
From the
I love
2011
Minerva.
one.
She's a girl boss. She's a gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Minerva is queen.
and the 91
Yes,
one?
and she's voiced by Anne from Amphibia. That is true.
Even more reason
You
to be a
can
girl
never
boss.
get that out of your head now.
And from the 91 version?
Oh, what?
Oh, Dookie from the 91 version. Any favorites in that one?
I have not seen 91 version.
Okay, that's fair enough. Next up, to anyone else got favorite characters from either Little Engine?
Not
Tilly,
really favorites. I just like them.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I just like him. I don't have a particular favorite.
Yeah, I just like him too.
Okay.
Yeah, that tower's a bit of a douche though.
Oh, well, that was a bit strong language, but he is kind of a jerk.
You can't say that. Oh, think of the children.
Think of the children.
Say,
Has anyone here watched? Has anyone here watched Mission Hill? If so, then just I'm sorry. The stream is now the same rating as Mission Hill. Now I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Personally, if I want to redesign one of the characters, maybe Doc redesigned to an inspector's engine, because considering he's a works engine, then it would seem fitting.
I once pitched a joke for Krotunia involving the 91 tower, and then I completely forgot what it was before I even got a chance to pitch it. Which sucks, because I remember it being a decent one. Oh well, moving on.
Yeah.
If no one else wants to say theirs.
Yeah, we might be good to move on to the next one. Let me see. Mr. Sodor asks, do you like the designs of All Engines Go? Because the rolling stock was in the background. I kind of like it. There's some characters that look very wonky, but like there's parts of the style I do like. I do like a lot of the rolling stock. So, and certain characters look pretty good, but like some of them definitely translated a bit better than others. So that's my stance.
I have a love-hate relationship with the character designs on All Engines Go. Like I hate Harold though.
Oh, that one's he's not a favorite.
Oh God, Harold.
Ooh. Bum. So I guess if everyone's kind of said their piece for that, we shall move on because we have about 17 minutes before we go on our next break. Want to see if we can get these questions all done before the stream concludes.
Yes.
Jose Yarigui asks, did you enjoy putting tenders on Georgia and Pete? That was not me, that was Tony Pilot. I think Pete works a tiny bit better with the tender. Georgia I might take off every once in a while. So that's my thing. SCP Zilla asks, out of all the franchises represented in Krotunia, which is your favorite? A lot of them are my favorites. That's why they're in Krotunia. How long did it take for you to create your first 3D animated video compared to your most recent? Definitely longer. I think the video I did within an afternoon or something, and the latest one, Red Light, which I did for the making of video, that was I think 4 days, I think, and that was just for 1 minute of animation. So that's the thing. Let me see. Let me find a good one. Boom. The Pierre Maquette N1 Berkshire asks, how do you make the engine side rods move? I do that by rigging them. I rig a wheel up, then I rig the side rod bolt on, and then I have the side rod rig motion set so it does the reverse of when the wheel turns around, and that's how it goes.
Yeah.
I will be right back.
No problem. Let me see.
All right.
We're now kind of getting into a lot of the frequently answered ones, so I'm kind of scrolling through a bit. So, boom. So, Content 05 asks, thoughts on Tank Tunes videos like Rizar and Valhalla Tunes? Just thought I'd ask because they have a similar concept of sapient vehicles like Krotunia, the franchise you based Krotunia off of. I don't know what that is, so I don't have thoughts because I've never heard of this, and I'm not sure what I feel about that. So,
Sounds suspicious if you ask me.
That'd be a little interesting. Raquella the Tank Engine asks, why any All Engines Go characters not exits? Because I don't know how to use them. That's all I can kind of say.
They don't know how to use the door.
Why is some character their face not changing or 3D? That's because I didn't put additional faceplates on them, and most of them will eventually get updated, so they're not just like that.
Because Milan is lazy.
Well, I also don't know how to do 3D faces sometimes. And also, but like,
Excuses. That's just a bunch of excuses.
We are currently looking for someone who can do 3D faces.
I'm talking
For free.
Well, I have to pay. Well, I have to pay some people. But like, I have a friend.
Don't promise stuff you can.
No, I actually can, because I save my money like a good boy. But yeah, I do have a friend I'm talking about for 3D faces. I gotta talk to them again soon. So yeah. Simply put, either the models weren't fitted with them at the time, but actually, yeah, that's mostly why, because a lot of them were trying to get more faceplates and stuff on. Let me see. Shanai Bright asks, how long have you all been friends, and can I be friends with all of you? Well, a lot of the people here I've been friends with for a good few years, actually. Lockie, I think, is probably the longest. And then...
2015.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, that's over 5 years. No, over 5 years. That's like 7 years.
Stop reminding me that time's passing!
I know. Steam Attack I've known for a good few years as well, and Sacred I think was 2019 if I remember right. Dookie I've known for a good while. Steam
God, I feel old.
Steam Oddity I've known for a couple years. I think it was like when the Chuggington server started up. I think that's how we met. And then Caleb I've known for a while too. So yeah, I've known people for a long time. So,
Wait, now that you remind me, how we actually met?
Yeah, that's good. Actually, that's a good question.
Because in my case, usually I started a friendship with someone after I asked them for a collaboration. Like for example, I became a friend with Jerome after I asked him to do the voice for Dr. Diesel 10. But in your case, it was just kind of natural. Like, oh yeah, I'm your friends now. We're going to get some tacos later.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah, I think it was like, I think I really enjoyed your work, and that kind of like, one way or another, we eventually just kind of, started hanging out. So that's how we became friends. So
yeah.
Friends! With me and Milan, I think it was like, at the time, I was kind of really into the little engine that could and wanted to see if there was any fan content, and Milan was the only person I could see doing fan content based on that movie that wasn't a tiny bit cringe.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of got, and that's when I decided, you know what, I think I might get in contact with him, and long story short, to this day, I am still trying to get him to review the Wiggles movie.
Only in time. Only in time. But yeah, I guess moving on, because we've got a good few questions still to go through. Let me see. I think we answered favorite Cars movie last time, but I guess Steam can answer this. So Steam, what's your favorite Cars movie?
Okay. Oh God, you just opened
in a few sentences or less.
Okay. I've probably the first one. I really like the third one, but I really hate the ending. And Cars 2 is just there.
Yeah, I haven't seen Cars 2, so I'll have to investigate myself.
Don't watch it if you're expecting quality.
Exactly.
Okay. But yeah. By the way, good night, Maddie Harris, my good friend. Thanks for joining the stream. Let me see. So, let me see. I'm trying to find some good ones really quick. So we have 10 minutes before we go on break. Tomek i Prizie, Polish name for Thomas. Favorite season 11 episode. Gordon and the Mechanic. That's the only one I remember, and I remember enjoying.
Wasn't that a Series 12 episode?
No, that was a Season 11 episode.
Oh, okay.
I'll never forget the Season 11 yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I don't have one. I don't have a favorite Season 11 episode. Honestly, to me, Seasons 9 through 11 kind of mesh together a bit.
Yeah.
It's not 11 as much because of the yellow tint that for some reason they thought was a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that for that season. Let me see. So, do you like Shadow from Bear in the Big Blue House? She is very friendly.
I like another type of Shadow.
Oh man, you mean the Hedgehog Shadow?
Yeah.
Yes, the ultimate life form.
Oh, he's so cool.
Basically, name a character. Basically, give a character the name Shadow, and and regardless on whether or not they're supposed to be light or dark, people will still love them.
I'm back.
Yeah. Welcome back.
It's the Bio Lizard.
We were talking about Shadow. Yeah. But
Shadow,
which one?
Bear in the Big Blue House. And then we
both.
Shadow.
About
yeah,
both.
we talked about both. So, Let me see. So next up, we got 8 minutes before we go on break. Questions from Hedge Wedge, who is one of my patrons. Thanks for submitting and for supporting the series. How do you actually make and rig your MMD models? I model them in SketchUp, and then I export them to a .x file. I rig them up in PMX Editor, and then bada boom, bada bing, I got a model.
Yay!
Yay!
And
Milan.
Then, yeah.
I might have to go now because it's getting late.
Hey, that's okay.
Okay, see ya.
Thanks again for joining us, Team Oddity. Always good to have you. And thanks for joining us for this Q&A.
So I'll see you sometime. So yeah, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
No pressure. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
So I'm gonna rearrange a tiny bit. So I'm gonna put Steam down here. And now
Yay!
and then,
I'm in the spotlight.
and then
Woo.
and the last one I'll answer from Hedgewedge because I already answered before how long episodes and stuff take. When will the Miku boat ever become a fleshed out character since those super early animations where she had no dialogue? She was always meant to be a temp model, and I don't think I can use her anymore. So Miku Tug may have been scuttled.
We need to bring her
R.I.P.
back.
Rest in scrap Miku Tug.
What theme is this?
The Titanic. The Titanic one.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Miku Tug
Oh,
is dead
God.
and is never coming back.
Sorry, everybody.
We need to bring her back.
Sorry to all 5 people who loved Miku Tug. So, Mr. Tom Train Thing asks, I don't know if this goes against Rule 3, but when will Casey Jr. get the circus train? I've had ideas involving giving him a circus train for like an episode or something, but we shall wait and see. I'm getting a new phone asks, are you going to make a coloring book out of your series? I don't know if I'll really do one, partially because I'm not sure, like how safe certain things would be. And probably there's going to be one on... I'm betting you right now. I'm going to check Amazon. I actually saw a Chuggington one that used the Cali promo on the front. I'm willing to bet good money.
It was a bootleg.
Yeah.
I drew a picture of the cast of Harvey Beaks once, and that made it onto the cover of an Amazon bootleg coloring book. Was so baffled by it, I just had to buy a copy.
Ooh.
I wish my art was so good to be a ripoff. and I'm starting to become a comic book artist.
Yeah. Ooh. Let me see next. And this is also from I'm getting a new phone. Wait, that one can't really answer. Just forgot about Oliver and Meg's Headliner because you made the Meg's Headliner episode 2 years ago. I didn't forget Oliver. He was in there. But yeah, next one comes from... this comes from the Kaiba Corp Express, aka Ruben, formerly known as Julian Express. Good to see you here for this. Questions. Are the plans for a special Krotunia movie in future? I mentioned this last time too. We have ideas. We're working on them, and you're on the crew, so you might know a bit more than others. Gauge Engines, favorite destination. So we kind of answered dueling. We had already answered all these. So, let me see. We're getting into a lot of frequently asked questions now. We got about 4 minutes left. This does mean we're probably gonna do that. This is probably just going to be a 2-part stream, so part 3 is likely not going to be a thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Let me see. When will the next episode be released? What will it be about? Stay tuned. We have something possibly coming soon. This was from Mary Boy, by the way. And he also asks, where did you find these MMD models? Mostly through Google and from certain websites. And which Thomas and Friends episode did you see first? I can't remember the first one I personally saw because it was I was really, really young when I got my Thomas exposure started.
I remember mine because it was on an ABC for Kids compilation video. The episode was Thomas. No, the episode was Troublesome Trucks.
Oh.
Cool.
My exposure
Yeah.
to Thomas was from a
VHS of Make Someone Happy that Mom got me years ago. However, this was the French dub of Thomas because Mom wanted me to get to speak French because we're in Quebec and we both speak both French and English in Quebec. So
Oh.
Oh,
I remember mine being Mighty
I
Mac specifically on TV in a kid's shoe store when I was 3 years old.
I remember basically some friends of my mom gave me the entire season 1 on VHS. So my first episode was, ironically, the first episode, Thomas and Gordon.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
And you can understand how confused I was because, like I said, I'm from Italy. I was little. I didn't know a word of English, and Thomas didn't arrive in Italy until 2005.
Ooh. Man. Truly the time of our lives.
wow.
Yeah.
We truly live in a time.
We live in a
Truly
society.
time
Truly
miller.
live in a society.
Alright, we have 2 minutes left. So this before the break. So Jack the Spooky J50 asks, why is Timothy dead in your series? The ghost one. Because I don't like him. I think he's very dumb.
he's very generic, and if you people use them unironically, you get a slap from his face. No joke.
Well, no, maybe
I
like
support
an
that.
ankle.
I
Maybe like a-
support that.
Nah, it's like they don't deserve slaps. There's been some people that
Maybe
use
like a little
Timothy, okay? It's just the majority have been, well, we looked at it on levels of hell, so
Yeah, a lot of reasons why we don't like Timothy are explained there.
yeah.
If you want to check that out, but be warned that
Yeah,
there is a
we
lot of adult language in
we
that.
say
So
spares. Jack the Spooky J50 also says, your animation has improved a lot over these. Oh, thank you. And okay, gonna see if I can do one more question before break. Green Narrow Gauge Tank Engine Production hashtag 500 subs goes. Why is Ivor the Engine not in the show anymore? He's still there. We just have a lot of questions we need to answer.
What do you mean he's not there? You see, we somehow quietly scrapped him because that's what you think. Then
We have a lot of characters.
we're
that
gonna have a talk. We're gonna need to talk, you and I.
But man, yeah. So So that's gonna be our last question for this block. So we're gonna take a 5-minute break to relax, get ourselves drinks or refreshments. As we gear up for the final stretch, we have only a few chunks of questions left, so we should be done within the next hour or so. So we will be back. We will return in 5 minutes. So get yourselves, empty your tanks, get some popcorn or whatever, as we begin the final stretch, and we will be back very soon.
All right.
grab water then.
All right.
Well,
I can't believe it. How could you? Ah, that's fair. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh man. But yeah, so we are now in the final stretch. It's time to get all the remaining questions answered. So let's see where we'll start. Not quite yet. We'll do it. Let's see how much we have left. So Charles Martin had a few questions. He asked, "Does this stuff that you make makes you really tired for doing it in one day?" Sometimes. Sometimes I have a lot of energy for stuff. Sometimes I don't have quite as much as I usually do. I guess it depends on kind of the mood and kind of what's going on for the most part. So that's my answer for that question. So next up is Train Guy 456. Let me see. Any thoughts on a Krotunia Halloween special? Stay tuned. But they gotta stay tuned because that may be sooner than they think. But yeah, let me see. What do we got next? How does Phoebe tricky trains and tricky engines no problem? I think she's asking. I think they mean like how does she trick the engines no problem? Well, with like the thing is like I think with Phoebe she's like experienced with a lot of stuff, but it was like it's mostly like engines like Diesel, Larry, and Bert. She kind of tricks a bit. She can kind of see what their kind of routine kind of is, and she can play it against them. So that's why in Tricky Travels it's like not Tricky Travels, the Steel Gang. She's kind of like Larry and Bert shoves like a train towards her. She's like, "Oh, thanks for shunting that for me," and then Bert tries to shunt her while she's under the water tower. I really needed that wash. And then Diesel tries to bash her, and then he ends up bumping himself because she's got her brakes hard on. So she's able to kind of see what they what other engines kind of do and play it against them a little bit, which is kind of why she and Ralph have a lot of they kind of have differing attitudes and stuff. So. And the last one from Train Guy 456 is, why the name Tracy for your version of the 2011 version of the Universal Studios version of Little Engine That Could? That was Tony Pilot who did it. I'm not sure why. It's a good question. Let me see. And that's all from that one. Let me see. Yeah. The Thomas and Friends and Tugs fan asks, will you include more characters of your own to the Railways of Krotunia? Very much so. Again, stay tuned. And let me see. Alaya Page asks, how did you find Emma? That was through Tony Pilot, because Tony Pilot made the model. How will you make Mercy for the Railway of Krotunia? I don't know which Mercy you're talking about. I don't know if we're including Overwatch, so... Let me see. Multi-Cartoon Universe asks, you never watched Ruby? I have not. Like the Ruby that's spelled like RWBY? All I... Yeah, it's one of those things that never caught my interest personally. Not like in a bad way, just kind of like... Yeah. Yeah. Not all of it. There's some good stuff. You dare call Kirby right back at your cringe? Oh, wait a minute. Oh shit. I've just realized the audio output's been off the whole time. Oh.
What?
The audio output was back. I forgot to turn it back on from the break. Oh my god.
What?
You forgot to turn it back on from when?
For when I get back on the break. Oh!
Oh, just the break. Okay.
Yeah, this is.
Oh.
Yeah, oh man, I gotta figure out.
So
like,
wait, people didn't hear me say anime are cringe? Oh wait, oh no. Anyway.
Yeah, well, you saved yourself a little bit from that. But it's like, you dare call Kirby right back at you cringe?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm so sorry again for that, everybody. I gotta really streamline this. I gotta streamline this stuff for the future, for the next stream. It's like.
Did somebody say streamline?
That's okay, because mistakes are made and we have to learn from them.
Yeah.
No matter how big or small they are.
Yeah. Sorry again for that, everybody. So yeah, Ruby, it's like, you know, it's kind of what everyone said was like, it's one of those things they never really got into. Lucky had watched the first season. So, and it was just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, a friend, someone who was like a friend of my cousin showed me the first season once. I thought it was okay, but didn't really have much incentive to watch more of it on my own.
Yeah. So that's kind of our story with it. Let me see. So here's some from The Scarlet Singer. Knowing the story for Callie's actress in To Lead to the Rescue, how did you get some of the big names in the community like Matt and Joel, which he was referring to Enterprising Engine 93 and Joel Hunter Game Machine? Joel, I've got to double check on, because that was a long time ago, I think. I think either I approached him or we kind of reached out to him initially, but me and Matt actually go a long ways back. Back in my Derpity Derp 1999 days, I actually auditioned and got the role for being the first voice for Thumper, who I kind of played as a cool man, kind of like this a little bit. And
so a 90s cartoon character?
Yeah, because like I liked how kind of like his merch kind of described him as a cool man, so it was like, hey, I'm Thumper, I'm so cool. So, kind of like that. I have ideas for him for Krotunia, which are a little bit different, but still kind of going with the cool vibe a bit. But I don't know if I should spoil them right away. But anyways, for Matt, we kind of like, I you know, like when Krotunia was starting up, I reached out again, and he actually recorded stuff for Night Run when that was initially in development, and then we kind of continued from there, and we become really good friends. He is genuinely one of the most friendly, outgoing, and amazingly talented people I've gotten to work with. And Joel, we kind of met through, I think, again, he kind of joined the series, like, we reached out to him, I think, and then he joined in. And he is also an amazing friend. I've actually met him in real life a few times, and I've gone up to my best friend Maddie's place. We actually kind of met a couple times, and we hung out, and he's just an incredibly fun guy to be around. He's like a big teddy bear, to say, like, both, like, you know, kind of his personality. He's very friendly, very energetic. He's also huge compared to me. He's like a mountain in the best way possible. But yeah, so that's how I met them. And Scarlet Singer also asks, what's your favorite song from Krotunia that you've done? Literally any MV, not just ones for episodes. I'd have to say Seaside Trip and Accidents Will Happen have been two of my personal favorites, but also Nothing Can Stop Us Now is also a really big one for me. So, anyone want to add?
I'm sorry, I was zoned out. What was the question?
It's okay. Favorite song from Krotunia that we've done?
No opinion.
That's fair. I know we also had Hex Girl, which was really fun.
Yeah, I think that's technically my favorite. Well, mostly because I'm 5-star in it, so.
Yeah, and you did very cool in it.
Thanks, and I don't really consider myself a singer, so.
Sure.
I thought it was really nice.
Well, the thing is, I can sing, but so because of like my unique voice, I can't hit. I have an easier time singing songs that are sung by men than are sung by women because I can't really hit high notes. I have an easier time hitting low notes.
Skill issue.
I will fight you.
Well, be ready, cause I'm black belt in kickboxing.
Oh,
Whoa,
we got
whoa,
a,
whoa, 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 whoa,
Verbally.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, we got another super chat.
Let's keep violence to a minimum.
we got a super chat.
Oh, really?
Yep. This one comes
Ew.
again from Tom Tank Productions. Thank you very much once again.
Oh boy.
And this is a good one. Sacred, can I tease this one?
Yeah, sure.
So, the question was, when is the next Levels of Hell? We actually had a test screening for the next one a couple months ago, and I'm gonna pull up the cover of one of the things that we're gonna actually cover for this. We have a lot of episodes that we've recorded and just haven't gotten around to editing yet, and a lot of them have been incredibly fun to work on and record a little bit.
I want to join in on the Levels of Hell. I wish to join in on Levels of Hell someday.
Let me see.
We'll see.
So for what's coming up next from Levels of Hell, well, we're gonna be we've been naughty folks a little bit. We've been saying silly things, so we're gonna be going to church for the next Levels of Hell a bit.
Take me to church, I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your life.
We're gonna learn the question.
Oh,
We're gonna learn
God.
why camels don't fly, and there's a reason why.
To quote Milan from a clip from one of the upcoming Levels of Hell, what the kind of character design is this?
It's
Please kill
it's
me.
a raccoon.
It's a
It's a
camel.
camel. It's a monkey. It's a lion.
Oh.
And it's a frog.
And a panda, red panda, apparently.
Oh, I thought she was a raccoon.
I don't know, it's hard to tell.
Wait, were we talking?
You called that a raccoon? I
Wait,
call
we are-
that an abortion.
Wait, we
Oh,
are talking.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I thought,
yeah,
I thought
that
we were
might be a
talking.
bit dark.
Wait. I thought we were talking about Bliss from the Power of Four.
No. She's
What?
Poochie. She's just Poochie.
man, anyways, next up, let's see what I could do next. What's David the Blues Clues and other shows fan 2003 asks, what's the hardest part about editing an epic of Railways of Krotunia? Typically the sound design more than anything, because like sometimes it's pretty easy to do, but sometimes I try to give Krotunia a very distinct sound design. So I have to pull out from a lot of different sources. But I have to say, like, editing stuff like, stuff that's more obscure, like, you can pull engine puffing pretty easy, but you can't pull up stuff like, pouring out slag or a certain kind of tractor working. So probably some of the certain points of sound editing. This next one comes from someone called Caleb Tivity.
Ooh, I wonder who that could be.
The first question they ask is, what are your thoughts on Newgrounds? I used it back in the day. It was, the cool thing back in the 2000s. I don't check it out too often, but there's some pretty cool creators over there.
Yeah, some of the people there made Smiling Friends.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I really wish Newgrounds was more mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
There's a lot of cool stuff that came from there.
Yeah, the next one is, what is your dream game and what would it be about? I'm pulling out a picture for this one because, I've got I always get questions about the Roblox game, and kind of what I want to do for that is kind of my dream thing, admittedly. I'm pulling up a picture. That there was always like one Thomas PC game that I wanted as a little baby boy, but I never got because it was very expensive.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It was I think this is the one everyone kind of wanted as a kid, but their parents were like, either it was discontinued or it was like really expensive. Thomas Railway Adventures, like where you basically like drive Thomas around the island.
Oh yeah.
And like you do jobs and stuff. I know a lot of the appeal of Roblox games are like exploring and doing things, but it's like I would love to do a Krotunia Railway Adventures kind of game, like straight up, not just like Roblox. So
Bless you.
that's
Thank you.
kind of
Oh,
my.
wait, it was developed by Infro Games?
I
Cool.
think it was the Hasbro team with Mind's Eye because it was. I think Infogram Games just picked it up after Hasbro Interactive was sold. So
Yeah.
yeah.
After looking at Brilliant Adventures, I really became interested in the whole CD-ROM playset genre.
Yeah.
I
It was,
haven't. Yeah.
it was a really cool concept.
Unfortunately, if you bought that game now, you couldn't get it working on your modern PC. Well, there is a chance you could get it working on your modern PC, but getting the thing to sit on the keyboard
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a different story.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the best Thomas video game is the one for Sega Genesis.
Oh, that's a pretty
Oh,
good one
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, that is a good game.
But yeah. Let me see. Moving on to the next question from this Calebtivity person. The last one. Have you seen where my heart is? I kind of misplaced it here somewhere, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I've lost it for 2 days now, and I couldn't find. Oh wait! I found it! I found it!
Oh,
It was behind my pillow this whole time.
I
Who would
can't
have thought
believe
that? Oh!
what a pluck!
He was hiding the pickles under his tongue the whole time.
Next up, oh man, okay, we got Major Engine Studios. They asked a couple things. Have you ever thought about making a standalone series besides Krotunia with new original characters? I haven't had like solid thoughts about it, but it would be something I'd like to explore down the line. But I'm not too sure. We'd have to wait and see. And let me see another one. What is the 3D animation process like for the series itself? Well, I just did a documentary about that, so you go watch How I Make Krotunia on this channel right after this video is done. And that's all I can answer for this one. Okay, and yeah, we're get. RG the Brave Engine asks, where is a place where you can go on vacation to? Kalahari Resort in Ohio. And next one. This one comes from Tony Pham. I'm gonna answer these three at once. How hard is it to animate on MMD? Why do you use MMD? What do you like about MMD? I think I kind of answered the last two last time as well. MMD can be a little difficult if you're not too familiar with certain things like graphs and all that, but it's a little easier I find than SFM, which I kind of struggle to understand at all, and Blender, which I have not tried to do, and it's like...
Oh yeah, I tried it and it's a pain in the back.
Yeah, it's... let me see. The next one comes from Chris Azilon. Have you ever wanted to participate in the Delmar Mullins video? You better go check out his channel, because I've done a lot of collaborating with them and participating recently. I think right after I announced this, I did the whole thing with him.
Ah.
So, let me see. What music do you like? I tend to like 80s stuff, jazz, what's it called? New Jack Swing, I think it is, and new wave. So that's kind of the music I like. What music do you guys like?
I love soundtracks from movies and video games, and especially rock music. I basically only listen to rock music.
There was a time where I listened to electro swing for a while, and I mainly like EDM, but I have been getting to listening to music based on different aesthetics I'm into, like weirdcore, for example.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if I can say this. I'm not sure if I prefer a certain style or not, but I'll tell you this much. Season 1 of Thomas and Homestar Runner have given me a love for like 80s sounding keyboards and synthesizers.
Oh yeah, and
TV show soundtracks.
Going back to what I said on the side, I also like it's classical instruments like that were used in the 90s, like the instruments from Thomas and Tugs and any other shows that games, and movies that use the instruments.
Great. So, anyone else?
I do quite like artists like Florence the Machine or Tori Amos. I've been getting into them. Along with Marina, probably being my favorites. Also, Cave Town. Mwah.
Good choices. And Sacred, any that come to mind?
I don't really have a specific genre of music that there isn't any specific things that I draw to that I'm really I can't talk right now, but like
Pork chop sandwiches.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's usually whatever sounds good to my ears.
There you go.
Basically,
That's the same.
that's my genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, valid.
Anyone else before we move on?
Speaking of music, I want to plug one song. Just listen to The Trouble Man by Eikichi Izawa. It's the best song ever.
Can confirm.
Yes!
So, next up, Christopher Shackelford. Wait, did anyone else have anything at that, Ted? Or are we good to move on? Are we good to go?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Christopher Shackelford asks a couple questions. What do you think of Victor Tanzig's ideas of non-faceless vehicles?
We don't talk about Victor Tanzig in these parts.
Yeah, I thought we agreed about this, but if I might offer my little 2 cents, if I may, it's an odd term to say because it's a double negative.
Yeah, it's like
non-faceless.
He has
It's
no style. He has no face.
No grace.
This train has a funny
face.
And it's just a
non-faceless is a weird. Yeah, non-faceless. That's a weird term for it. I'll admit, I saw his video explaining this headcanon of his, and I'll admit, it is fairly interesting. It is an interesting headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Revenant theory that he introduced, I have to admit that is a very interesting take on why the engines are alive.
Yeah, it's just like so much of Victor's stuff is weird. Next up from Christopher Shackelford, would you get including aspects of his series into yours, like the engines being able to drive themselves, green water and black water, the fire on fire rate? No. Just no.
It's not been the Victor Tenzing questions. We can't take any more.
With YouTube's changing, and the last
can
one,
drive themselves.
The last one Shackelford asks is, with YouTube's changing policies, what changes could we see done to the series? Nothing. I ain't changing for nobody. Most of
you force us to anyway, we're gonna shoot you into the sun.
But anyways,
I mean, Krotunia is very family friendly, so why we don't need to change anything.
Yeah, it's just like
it
just is.
It's meant for all audiences.
Yeah, it's not just for kids.
I mean, we could be a little experimental if you want us to.
No,
I'm not going down the Victor Tenzing road, but
no, not that kind of road. Not that kind of road.
No, we're not doing that.
But yeah, let's see. So moving right along, Northwestern Puppy. Will we see more of the Dockside crew? Skipper Stu, Harry, Hamish, and Russ. Yes, I do have ideas for them. Will we see more of Deals Lieutenant Cerberus, the Nightmare Train, very soon as well? Even sooner than you think.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. He's just a grumpy old man. Y'all are just ragging on him too much.
I mean, he did try to commit murder, so...
Several times.
Wait. Who did?
I mean, the Nightmare Train, he wanted to trap the real boy in Dreamland, so no one could get their dreams, and he also tried to shove the little engine off the cliff, so...
Oh, yeah, that guy. That movie's... You know what? I'll say this about 2011 Little Engine That Could. That movie is, pun fully intended, a train wreck.
It's a fun train wreck, though.
Yeah, the Nightmare
Train wreck, yes.
Yeah, the Nightmare Train really just came out and said,
We love that for him.
Hello, I've only been in the movie for like 5 seconds, and now I'm the villain.
Yeah. But yeah, oh man. So, last one from Northwestern Puppy is, if you were to have more old voice actors like Darth Will 3 or Victor Tenzing in your series, depending on if they'd be up for it, maybe new voice actors.
Why does everyone want us to talk about Victor Tenzing?
Because Victor Tenzing is the guy everyone watches, I guess. Darth Will 3 I know has commented on my videos in the past, so I guess maybe? I don't know. But I have had some older YouTube talent I've been interested in contacting. You'll probably see very soon, so we'll wait and see.
There's one I wanted to contact for the thing, but I'm too afraid that they'll turn me down, so I think, I might as well just go with someone else.
Let's see.
I do know someone that I hopefully want to try to get into Krotunia, but that's a little bit private at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Bum. Next question. We got a half hour left. We got a few things left, so I'm gonna try and push through a
We
bit.
got speed through them. We're not doing a part 3.
Yeah. So so next up. Matthew the Tank Engine asked, what was it like finding the voice cast? I took a lot of digging, took a lot of prodding, took a few negotiations, but mostly it was just friends. And I asked him, hey, you want to do voices? He was like, sure. Sometimes I commission people, but they also tend to be friends, so that's how I found them.
Oh, friends!
A lot of them are,
Friends.
hello, my friends.
Hello,
With
my friends.
friends.
So let me see.
Hello, my friends.
Tidmouth Yard Studios asks, where would you like to see Krotunia in the next 10 years? Hopefully making videos, or who knows? I don't know.
Man, 20 years of Krotunia? I don't know
Whoa.
if I can watch all that much.
Yeah. Steam Oddity, our recently departed host, he asked a couple questions too. When do you think Krotunia will end, and will it have a proper finale? I don't know, personally, when it would end. You never know with a lot of these things. I would like to give it a nice
That's
little...
really interesting.
I would like to give it a nice send-off. I don't know if I do a full movie or something, but like at least something kind of conclusive.
I think the best way to do a Krotunia send-off would be sort of a life goes on sort of ending. One that implies, one that feels like it's a finality, but one that doesn't imply that, oh yeah, these characters never meet up again.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have an idea for the Krotunia ending. A nuclear bomb.
No!
No! No Krotunia fallout. No.
We already got kids doing that.
I said a nuclear bomb, but not a nuclear factory.
Well, that's still kind of what happened. It's a nuclear explosion nonetheless.
Yeah.
Exactly. And explosions are cool.
I don't like
maybe
it.
let's not. Maybe let's not.
Let me see. Steamody, we did Chuggington characters last time, I think. And then, what are your thoughts on Steven Universe? I've been there. I'm a fan since the pilot. It was a great show, even if it had some episodes.
Oh
that
my
weren't too
god,
great.
remember when we were comforting each other's when new Steven Universe episode came out?
Oh man, yeah.
Steven Universe, good show.
Mm-hmm.
Great show, even.
Yes, and you know what? I'm just no. I was gonna say something, but I feel like if it's gonna be said, it should be said by Milan.
Oh, what's the thing?
Was someone clouding your vision at some point? I don't know.
Oh yeah, there was a time where I was a bit of a punk, where it was like, oh, the show wasn't that great, or it was going downhill, and then it really picked itself up. So, yeah, that was how it went.
Right.
Yumarian asks, what do you want to do, guys? What do you want to do? What do you want to do right now?
Yeah.
I want to do a road trip. Just 3 guys, and then do a road. Nah, but seriously, as of right now, I want to finish the next episode of Random Railway Tales. But there are 2 fairly elaborate sets I need to finish. One of which is taking me way longer than I was hoping it would. How do you stop masking tape from sticking up? How do you make it stay
Add
down?
more.
What I want to do is try to do some writing more, because that's pretty much how my thing was during my teens. It was quite an interesting start back then, but we're not gonna get into that. It was a dark time that time, and I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, that's fair. Anyone else, or?
Try and get out something new. I haven't made a new episode of anything in years. I just want to release the first episode of Henry Bay eventually. My one goal.
A very valid goal.
Also, I want to find. Oh, thanks for reminding me. I also want to finally finish bringing back Fairy Fred funnies.
Ooh.
I got ideas for the first episode of a revival. I just need to write them down.
Trying to think. And I'm just here to vibe a bit and relax. But let me see. Next up, what's another question? We got a lot to go through, but like we're getting pretty close. Thomas ever met his reboot? If so, what was his reaction? I don't know him. I don't talk to him much. So
Who?
They're just there. They exist separately, I guess. Thomas and Tilly, do you two have feelings for each other? I don't know why some people are asking like questions directing towards characters. I think some people were expecting roleplay stuff. Thomas and Tilly are just friends, so.
Also, how can a relationship between trains will work?
Just an enhanced friendship.
Platonic stuff.
So next up is GTT.
Yeah.
GTT.
Not every relationship has to relate to love, because they can also be platonic too. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So GTDT asks, what was Livy's engine class based off of? Mostly a mixture of British and mostly American saddleback tanks. That's kind of what she was based off. So kind of a few various things. Tower of Terror fan 21 asks, will Godzilla or his kaiju friends and enemies show up in Krotunia, or at the very least in consideration? I have ideas for Godzilla, but
It sure is too.
I'm not going to mention what it is, though. All I'm going to say is it's a very funny joke.
Godzilla, of course, it's gonna be funny.
Number 2, what is your favorite video game? Two of my personal favorites as a kid was Sonic Mega Collection for GameCube and Mario Kart Double Dash on GameCube.
Oh man, a man of culture.
Yeah, anyone else want to add anything before we go? Like, really quick?
So,
Gary's Mod, Manus Project. Hold on, I missed that. Hold on.
okay. So
Okay, Gary's Mod, Manus Project Nexus, Donkey Kong Country Returns. There's probably more that came from, but that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, my favorite.
Oh, and Battle Block Theater.
My favorite is probably Sonic Adventure 2, and then Daytona USA, the arcade version. What else? Rabbits Go Home for Wii. Splatoon.
Oh, that's a good one.
I really love Splatoon. And Bayonetta, because I'm a mature boy.
Are we talking favorite video games here?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, I'd say most of the Humongous Entertainment games.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Mario Kart for the Wii, or any console really, but I've only really played the Wii version. Maybe
Yeah,
the
childhood
N64
classic.
version, but I don't think that counts because it was an emulator. And the greatest video game series of all time, and this is a fact. I am, of course, referring to the awesomeness that is Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people.
Yes.
But you can play it too!
How?
Why, it's available on Steam for...
Yeah, it's on
I
Steam.
forgot the price.
I just like Stardew Valley.
It's a good game. It's good game. Play it.
Yeah.
It's very good game.
I wish Harvey Beaks had a video game. They didn't.
Oh, also a really good game is the first Cars video game.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I really love the open world aspect.
Yeah, so moving on, because we got a lot of questions to go and only 20 minutes left to do. Let me see. Will there be more Casey Jr. anytime soon? Yes, very soon. Curtis Newman Jr. asked, so Elon, I was loving your goodbye song on the new Jobs compilations, but what happened to that song on the rest of the compilations? They were meant to be... that song was meant to be exclusive to the Pairs compilations, which would be like the 2 episodes back to back, and then the song and stuff. But, you know, I don't know if I'll do that for the 2 episodes. We have less than the 10 minutes now, so I might bring it back in one way or form for the refresh, so we shall see. Let me see. Again, we're getting into a lot of questions I've already answered. Thoughts on the Mark Forrester movie and who will appear in it? We don't know who's going to appear in it. I just hope it's good.
Me too. But if they're gonna cast anyone as Thomas, if it has to be an American voice, please let it be Ben Schwartz.
I mean, that is actually pretty good. So.
I just want Beyonce as Henrietta.
But again, one more piece of perfect casting. If they have to do an American voice cast, like I'd prefer if they did an American one and a UK one. But if they have to do an American voice cast, you know who'd be perfect for James?
Who?
So,
Dana Snyder.
Oh my god.
For those of you who don't know, he was the voice of Gazpacho on Chowder, Scratch on The Ghost and Molly McGee, and Master Shake on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Now hear me out on this.
now look at that. And tell me that there's a god.
Rosie.
You
Imagine
crushing the
that-
orders of the mighty Jimmy!
Imagine
James
that
the-
voice coming out of. Imagine that voice coming out of James, and tell me that doesn't match.
I'm the most fabulous engine on the railway of Sodor, and I don't need this right now.
Yes.
Anyways, moving right along. Ideal Thomas Friends' main cast. I'm just kind of, we'd be here all day if we answered that. I think we already kind of did with the question just there. So.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on an iceberg video discussing the history of your channel? I mean, I guess if you want to make one, you're welcome to it. I don't know if I'll do one myself.
Do it.
Just make sure
Do
that
it.
it's fully accurate.
Yeah, but be sure to research. If you do, talk to us at least so we can fact check for you.
Yeah, if it is fully accurate, well, we'll give you a cookie for it. That's all I'm gonna give you.
Yeah.
I would have come use something better, but
We have a budget here.
Yeah. Let me see. Bum 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 bum. So we got a few from Samuel Ferris. These are big ones, and we're getting into the last day of the question, so we're getting pretty close to the end now, which is good because we only have a bit of time left.
Ooh.
Is it still an interest of yours to do longer stories in the main Krotunia series as an occasional thing, despite the clear evidence that they take up a great amount of time? I would like to do extended episodes again. I really want to get another half-hour special moving soon, personally. So, it's not out of the question. We do have plans for 2-part episodes that can be combined into a 10-minute one, so stay tuned. Another question is, of all the original characters developed specifically for Krotunia, which is your favorite? Oh, we already kind of talked about that last time, so you gotta go back to part 1 to see that one. And if I wanted to contribute to the stories of my own to the series, do you have any conditions applied to becoming part of your team? Even if it means I'll have to contribute long distance from England, I'm able to write well-rounded story concepts, as I may have given a hint with my previous reference. So Mr. Samuel Ferris, if you want, you can join the server. I will post the link once again. Oh, Tom Tank just gave us another $2. Thank you very much. You've been very generous. And he says, I'm currently working on a custom play rail Phoebe. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Maybe.
Cool.
I'm not sure if it was someone who was working on it. And keep us posted in the server. We want to see more of that stuff. So
Tell us, please.
Good job,
I'd love
mate.
to see it.
Yay!
So
yay.
So yeah. So I guess if you want, we don't I guess it's hard because again, I try to trust people I'm more familiar with and kind of know. But there's the Toodle Whistle for the donation. So if you wanna contribute, you're more than welcome. A little bit to send out a story suggestion in the suggestion box, or do in the Krotunia fan art channel, pick your own stories and stuff. So it's again, I mostly go with people that I trust, but you're more than welcome to kind of fire away, and we'll maybe take a look if we can. Let me see. The other channel asks, how do you feel about doing a reaction video? I mean, I guess it's kind of what we do with Levels of Hell, except we don't just put ourselves in a webcam and reap profit from other people's work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my feelings about it. Okay, have you seen the new Thomas Wooden Railway, brand new in store? I have, actually, this weekend. Actually, a couple times before in the past. It was pretty surreal. It's at Walmart and Toys R Us here, and also Mastermind Toys. Mastermind Toys even had some signage for it. It was cool.
When's Australia getting them?
We'll get it eventually, mate. Yeah, Let me see. Next question. We're getting into a lot of frequently asked questions, which is good because we're kind of near the end. Do you have any useful tips for an MMD beginner? I kind of did this again last time, but again, good stuff is to learn the basics and to learn the basics of animation and to take chances, make mistakes, and just kind of fool around a bit. So,
And then disinstall the program and start using animation, because 3D animation is a pain.
yeah. Let me see. Opinion on Soda Fallout. Friends with the creator. Not too big into it, but I think there were some good concepts before everyone kind of started fooling around with it and ruining it a bit.
Yeah, recently Connor just came out saying how they don't want to be associated with Soda Fallout anymore.
Yeah,
Which is understandable.
I saw that. It's like it really was kind of one of those things I think a lot of people kind of soiled a bit, and it's kind of like, yeah. What's your opinion on Sodor Dark Realm? Does anyone know what this thing is?
I've seen it, and I wish to, and I have refused to see it.
Wait, what is Sodor Dark Realms exactly?
It's just another one of those Thomas horror reviews.
Oh, of course.
What do you think of Go Animate?
Anyway.
Are you okay, Caleb?
Yes. Yes and no.
Do you need to talk? Do you need a glass of water?
Oh yeah, I remember Sodor Dark Realm. I remember Sodor Dark Realm. I'll just quickly give my opinion on it. It's okay.
Yeah. Let me think. And it's Go Animate's just kind of a thing.
It was
Go
like,
Animate.
Like Mighty Express, it was dead on arrival.
Go Animate is poo. How come Seth MacFarlane hasn't sued it yet?
Isaac De La Rosa asks, what in your life made you love trains? The little blue guy, and I think they're very cool.
Yes, trains are neat.
What is your favorite?
I like it when they go choo choo.
What is your favorite British steam locomotive?
Terrier.
I like a lot of them. That's just my thing. I'm just gonna like. I don't have any specific favorite trains.
And the 14XX.
I think the Black Fives look pretty cool, as well as the J70 tram.
I like the
Too bad they're all
Mullard.
gone.
I like the Mullard because he's fast.
Yee.
Amazing how none of us said E2.
I know.
I mean,
That
we
would
don't
be
want
too
to
easy.
be bland.
You know, we actually have a member of the A4s here in Quebec, here in Canada.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the Dominion of Canada. It's over at the Expo Rail, the Canadian Railway Museum in Quebec. Here in Quebec.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, that. So I guess if we're ready to move on, I think. Let me see. Do I have any Thomas DVDs? A lot. I have a lot. They are literally right behind me on the shelf. You may have seen them in the Holiday Hijack stuff.
Yeah.
When did you start your interest into Chuggington? For me, it was like, when it first came out, it was one of those things. It was like, ooh, that's totally ripping off Thomas. Like everybody on Twitter likes to say, even though Mighty Express is clearly the one actually ripping him off. But my friend Colson got into it. We were doing a hangout one time. He had some DVDs and some of the toys. And then I actually watched it, and I was like, oh, wow, this actually slaps. It was like 2011, 2012, 2010, 2011, I want to say it was. Because I remember getting really excited for Season 3 around the time it was coming out, and that was kind of my first season I got to see fresh. So, yeah.
Yeah, can I just say one thing? Why is everyone calling Chuggington a ripoff of Thomas when there's a bunch of other media about talking choo-choos made after Thomas premiere? Like, what?
Because Thomas was a train, and it had the nuts to actually go after Thomas. Like they were like, "Oh, you're the only train show in town? Well, we can show you. You're not as simple as that." So yeah, that's why. Let me see. Stewington asks a couple of questions. Other than the majority of them being the protagonists of their own respective shows, what inspired you to have Thomas, Tilly, Casey Jr., and Tracy, True Blue Steam Team, be the main team of the series? Recognition was definitely a big part of it, but also like having 4 blue engines kind of spread across, showing different kinds of styles. It was kind of like, that works out really nicely. It's kind of like it's. Oh yeah.
I mean, Casey Jr.'s. Yeah. He counts.
Yeah.
He's a very dark blue.
I also got the question of, do you have a favorite Family Thomas series that was made on YouTube? And how would you rank them? I'm only gonna say one, just because I have, there's a lot of them that inspire me. Enterprising Engines is definitely one of my favorites. If everyone wants to fire out one of them, they're more than welcome to, because we only got about 10 minutes left for the video.
Enterprising Engines is the best one.
Favorite...
Sorry about that. That was my pop-up.
Yeah. One absolute favorite Thomas fan series. Go.
I loved Steam Attack mashup parodies.
Oh. Well, who do you think made them?
I wonder who.
Be narcissistic, are we?
Man,
Okay, but seriously, I love Diesel D199 parody videos.
Oh yeah, his shorts are really good. Sacred, any in your mind?
I don't really know.
That's fair.
There's a lot of good ones.
That's fair. Just like one series you like.
Series. I would have to say I like Richard the New Engine. That's a series. Well, like
that's
a series.
Well, it's actually the
from
video.
Carson.
It's actually the video workshop. It's,
well, yeah, it is.
Also, the Soto's Darkest Days and Soto the Modern Years are top tier. I love them.
Sorry, I'm kind of like, I only have like a toe in the Thomas fandom at this point.
That's fair.
It's okay.
Wait, watch this thing called Random Railway Tales. That might help you that you might like it.
Yeah.
So we have 8 minutes left. So I saw Nick Anonymous asks.
Wait. I was said mine.
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Meeple Railway. Let's see. Yeah, Meeple Railway. Anything by Video Workshop, and I think that's it.
That's very fair. And very
No
good.
Surrender Railway Tales.
I have one I'd like to plug. Thomas's Tales from the Rails. It's a trains simulator series from Train Boy 7. It's pretty good. I write for it. Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's very good too. But yeah, let me see. So next up, Anonymous asks, I saw Nick Wilde in a couple scenes, specifically in Trace the Harbor Engine and Beach Wheels. Are the more Zootopia characters going to be on the show, or is it just Nick? Mostly just Nick as like I threw him in as a ref for Sooty Will, one of our animators, who uses Nick as a profile pic. But who knows? Could eventually find uses for a few. Again, a lot of questions I've gotten that have kind of been repetitive. So, Riley Percival asks, 10 years have gone by. In that time, you've created Krotunia and created an interesting show with many engines coming together on a railway. If you didn't have a Q&A, how else would you celebrate for 10 years of content? I kind of did the documentary as like a 10th anniversary celebration a bit to show kind of how my process is done. But we did have a big plan that we're going to be doing in November instead to celebrate the 10th anniversary, so... but that'll have to wait a little bit, because that's under wraps at the moment. But if I had the time, I would have liked to have gotten the refresh got up and ready, like have some episodes from here and kind of like mark that, kind of show how far we've come a bit. So, yeah, that's what there's a few things that we're kind of already doing for it, so... next up, right, we got 6 minutes left, and we're getting to the tail end of the question. Oh, we're actually right near the end of the questions. Zachary Miller, why do you have those random nostalgic commercials for your breaks in your live streams? I love it. I want to do it myself. I have that because I want to give my streams the feeling of 2000s kids TV. where it's like you had the screen bugs and you had commercial breaks and stuff and like promotions and contests and stuff. That's kind of why I do what I do for a lot of the streams and stuff, and it's going to get even better with the stuff we are currently developing for the next prime times. We're planning to do, hopefully, a little one for this Halloween, but November is going to be really big, and I'm very excited for that. So
Plus, it's fun.
yeah, it's a very fun experience for everyone, I find, and it's been nice to kind of see the responses I've seen. So let me see.
It's very experimental, if you would.
Yeah.
Honestly, the commercials were a big time brain. I mean, a big brain time.
Yeah. Let me see. Why is the Mighty Machines theme song the theme song for Krotunia? It's catchy. It kind of represents its vibe I kind of want to do for Krotunia. There's a couple other ones I've considered for the Refresh 2 to alternate between, but Mighty Machines is kind of like, it kind of fit that vibe kind of well. It energizes you. It kind of shows you different kinds of stuff, and it's kind of like it. It's like it's a good pumped thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything? Anyone want to add anything? Or?
Oh, I'm good.
So hopefully I better push through a bit. After Felipe Alexander, the voice of Callie, which other professional actors would you like to guest star? I will admit, I did contact the agent of Zach's voice actor a little bit after that. I didn't get anywhere though, because she did reach out again. She was like, oh yeah, he'd be up for it, but I never followed up too much. So I have ideas in mind. I just don't know if I should say any because I don't want to spoil any things.
I might know one guy, but I won't say it live on the stream because, again, spoilers.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Will there be... actually, here's a couple. Juarez Industries Railroad asks, will their old or forgotten characters come back? Wait and see. Let me see. So, a lot of general questions we've gotten. Adam Hanneline asks, will there be new music videos? Yes, very soon. We've had some cool things in the works. Joseph Cavanero asks, will you add any more characters to Krotunia lore? Yes. Do you think Phoebe would like Porter as a friend because they share similar personalities?
Maybe.
Yeah. I think Phoebe's a little bit more snarky than Porter, though, but it's like I think they would get along pretty well. Like, they'd work together nicely.
Yes. It's very likely they would get along.
Yeah. And now we are officially at the final questions, because the last comment I got for, I think, he was just, like, leftover. Like, well, not leftover.
Final
like,
rush.
Yeah. So the Canadian boy asked 3 questions. Number 1, have you ever wanted to do an episode remake? I thought about it a little bit. Number 2, have you ever wanted to do a gaming video? I've done that already.
You have?
Yeah. I guess maybe if I wanted to do a proper one, it would be fun. But
what was the gaming video you did?
The pre-holiday stream.
The Roblox one?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we need to we got a plan to do those. When to do those?
Yeah, we should do them again. And unless we get any super chats or anything, I think that is it. So I'm gonna prepare to wrap up the stream with a special surprise. We are going to come back here and discuss stuff again, but I want to show a special surprise that Caleb was able to give us.
Alright.
What is it?
Really?
So, we've had people asking about looks at the refresh. Well, all of you people watching this stream right now, you're about to get a very special sneak preview of the refresh. Woo! So,
cool.
Who's ready to see some exclusive Krotunia footage?
Me!
I am!
Alright, well, you better hold on to your butts, because we're getting ready to because we're going to do our goodbyes and everything.
You're going to stream it to the call, are you?
I can't stream it to the call, but it's going to be shown on the stream. But I'll send it here after we're done the stream, so you guys can take a look too.
Oh boy.
Yay.
So I'm going to...
Hooray!
So we're going to go a little quiet for a bit, because I'm going to be adding this in. So I'm going to switch to a new tab, and we'll be back with everybody soon for our goodbyes. So it's just going to be my mic for a few. So let me see. So I'm going to set this up. We are in the void. So I'm going to get this all set up for you guys, and you guys are about to get an exclusive sneak preview of the brand new Railways of Krotunia coming very soon. Let me just get this all in.
Finally made it, and with 10 minutes behind schedule.
You took a long time getting here. You'll really need to catch up if you're to get back in time.
Oh no! Tower won't be happy to hear about this.
Hey, what's the trouble there, Shelbert?
Oh, Montana, I've been trying to beware and take care all along my journey, but all I've done is delay my train and upset my passengers.
You suck! Well, Shelbert, I think you got the wrong coupler. See, when I say beware and take care, I don't mean stop and check every little bump on the tracks. I mean be aware of what you do. Not jumping into silly situations, if you know what I mean. It's good to be as safe as you can be, but you still got other things to do, too.
Wow, Montana, that's some good advice.
Alrighty, we've got our high-quality moral for the ride, so let's get moving, people. Don't want to be late for my joint oiling back at home.
Oh, right. Better be off, then. So long, Montana. Thanks for everything.
Stay safe, Shelbert.
So that was a very early look at one of the first episodes you guys will be getting to see. So there you go. That's a sneak preview of Safety First, which will be hopefully coming in November once we get everything done up. That was done by Caleb. That was the rough render. So I'm going to be polishing that up and stuff for the final episode, obviously. But that's your first sneak peek of what we're doing for the refresh.
You better keep that line in I threw in the audio, because if you don't, I'm gonna do something.
Well, it's funny, but it's like the tone of the scene. But we'll see. I shall determine. I shall test around. And if you're wondering why the whistle was different, I think certain files I haven't gotten over to.
Yeah, I'm going to admit I actually may have done a little tweaking for myself. So yeah.
So that was your exclusive sneak peek to end things off. I do want to say before we go, thank you guys again for all your questions for the event back in June and for tuning in tonight. I know this is 2 weeks after the first part, but this is just like, it is surreal kind of taking in that, you know, I've been doing this thing for 10 years and I've gotten to do it with amazing people and, you know, kind of doing what just kind of expanding who I am as a person. And it would not have been possible without a lot of the people that we got over here who have been making
thank you.
Just, you know, I'm at a loss for words.
No.
So I guess if everyone wants to say some fond farewells before we wrap up.
Stay gold, folks.
Remember, children, don't do drugs, because if you do, you'll go to hell before you die.
Please.
Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye,
What? Harvey Beaks is on Paramount Plus. Please watch Harvey Beaks, and if you're a creative type, you could become a fandom artist. Please, this fandom is starving for new content.
Please watch Owl House Season 3 and Paranormal Park Season 2. They're great shows.
And
remember, kids, don't go to school and don't support capitalism.
And thanks again, everybody, for 10 years on this crazy website. And I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys next. Farewell.
Yay!
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye 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 bye.